Is it online?
Yeah, the next stream's online, so I just want to allow that minutes. We're a little bit behind.
Okay. We're running a little bit behind. Not too far behind, but we're running a little bit behind, but we will catch up. And this next one is being streamed online, so we are being joined by our next guest. Well, oopsie. Sorry. Yeah. That's the beers. That is. We're in the beers time. We're in the beers. Hey, Ian.
It's after 5, isn't it? Thank you. That's lovely. Cheers.
That's my mother-in-law would say. You're over the yard
that's
arm.
right. Thank you very much indeed.
That'll do me.
Yeah, I can't touch that stuff. I've already had me brownie today. That's my stimulant. Was good.
Okay, we are.
I don't know. He's got the paper. Yeah. Let's have a look, Alex. Are you done?
Who are we done or who are we doing?
Who's next?
Okay, welcome back everyone. So the stream's just kicking in. Please do like, comment, share this, get people on it. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube now all working live. This is all about Wellness Wednesday. This is a space, we have an infrastructure project here, and we've heard some of the stories today throughout the day about the impact it's had on the community and the different communities that kind of run through this place. Wellness Wednesday is the idea is that we can give our community, our citizens, a budget of £250 a week for the duration of the year, where they can choose how to best spend that in a way that the citizens need it. Whether that be one-to-one counselling, and big up Sarah Cooper, who's doing £10 an hour one-to-one counselling, which is just
Brilliant.
Self-prescribed as well. Incredible. To free school meal breakfast clubs, to nutrition-led workshops. We talked about meditation with ponies earlier. Whatever it is that we feel, through Debs and Grace, our co-chairs for that, and you get it.
That's it.
And that's what it's all about. So we really appreciate all the support you've given us so far. I know it's hard in January for everyone, financially, but it means a lot, and you can feel that in this room right now. So appreciate everyone who's been here from midnight, which feels like a long time ago now, through the crazy hours into where we are today. So we're on the last stretch, but I'm taking one at a time. Wow, incredible. That's amazing. Well done. And big up Stay Nimble, who are match funding it up to £3. So every pound you give is matched by Stay Nimble. So big up Stay Nimble for doing that. I introduced you as the godfather of St Neots. Something I've got a habit of doing. But I mean that because when we have any of these conversations about community and the role of business in that, and we've got quite a few conversations over the next few hours about business leaders talking about their role in the conversation about well-being and wellness. Whenever I think of a business in St Neots who's community first in the way that they operate and that they care and they put themselves out there where they can, that's Premier Plus. You see your brand absolutely everywhere, but that starts with you and your team and your community that you've built within your business, and the way that you truly embrace your role as a leading anchor institution, as a business in our society in St Neots. So I joke I call you the godfather of St Neots all the time, but I mean it. You know, in the early days of my business career here, I'd often come to see you. We talk. You give great advice. You listen. You hold space for people. You're a good man, and I wanted you to know that before we talk about anything else.
Crucify me.
Before we absolutely crucify you. No, we won't be doing any of that today. We won't be doing it. It's lovely to have you on, and what we can always expect from Kev is honesty and open, like just candid support. We keep this word elder. We're going to identify elders in the St Neots. I think there's an Elders Awards or some kind of thing around this about recognising. There's a lot of conversation about trusted adults in the UK right now. I think elders is probably more important than that. You know, and Kev, you are an elder of St Neots, and I think that's absolute compliment.
Absolutely it is.
Thank you.
So for those who don't know who Kevin Hull is, I mean, if you just literally got here yesterday, who is Kevin Hull? How would you describe yourself as a man?
We were just chatting.
We were just chatting about that, yes.
And how you become defined by your business rather than the other way around. So who am I? Well, I'm not really anything at all, am I? I came to this town in 1970 along with a whole load of other people from London. My dad decided he didn't want me playing with youngsters from London, so we came up here and played with the youngsters from London up here because we all moved up at the same time.
Winchringham, Mark 1.
Yeah. I ended up going to Long Sands. We didn't have a great relationship. They didn't like me very much, and I certainly didn't like them. So we decided to call it a day. And then I started working in town and ended up working for the Pearl Assurance. I don't know if anybody remembers the Pearl Assurance. You go collecting the money and that sort of thing.
Oh, I bet you'd be good at that.
Oh, well, I was 21.
Oh, yeah.
And my area was Eton Soken and Howell Western and Kim Bolton. And there are some... Do you want a funny story?
Yeah, I'll go for it.
This is true. So I started working for the Pearl, and you had to go and collect the premiums. And when you're on there for your very, very first time, the very first day you join, you go out with a section manager. And this guy takes you around and introduces you to all of the clients that you're collecting the money from. And he does that for all rounds for the first month. And part of my job was to go out to Kimbolton, but also the villages around it, Purton Hall. Do you have you ever heard of Purton Hall? It's very close to us, but nobody seems to have ever heard of it. But there was a village called Purton Hall just on the other side of Kimbolton. And in those days, there were ladies that worked, their husbands worked on the land in tied cottages, and they never seemed to go to work themselves. They were just apparently. But they would collect the premiums of all the ladies or clients around them, and they would meet with the collector, and they'd have all of the locals' books there. And this particular lady in Purton Hall had 7 books. Now, I used to have a big collecting book. Remember the big collecting books? Big collecting books, about this big. And I had to sit down and then get their small book and put the information, the money that they give me into their small book, then transfer that into my big book. That was my job.
Awesome.
And this lady, because she had about 7 people's stuff, you could have policies, any new ones were going to back. So it was quite a job. And then equating all of the 7 and putting them all in took quite some time. Anyway, I walked in, lovely house, into the farm kitchen, a big table, chairs, 7 rows of books with all the money on them. And tea and toast.
Nice.
Lovely, eh?
Yeah.
10:30 in the morning, tea and toast. And I sat down, and she obviously did this for all the agents before, and I sat down and started doing all the books and took that book and put that book in there and ate my toast and a cup of tea. And then the following month, we came back, tea and toast, all sorted out. No manager this time, I was just on my own. 4 months went by, and on the 5th month, I walked in, there's all my 7 books and a full English breakfast.
Oh, what? That's an upgrade.
Oh, come on.
No tea, toast, full
So
English.
I sat down for happy days. So I sat down and I opened my book and I got a bit of sausage, a mushroom, bit of egg. I looked up
Bacon.
and there was her husband standing in the doorway. And he said, "Why are you eating my breakfast?" And she was standing behind him with my tea and toast.
Beautiful.
Oh, no.
So much time.
So as you can imagine, they didn't remain clients very long.
No.
Anyway, sorry.
Can't go down
So
well.
then I ended up with them, and as we went through the careers, and I was 35, I'd ended up in St Neots. There'd been a couple of closes. I ended up in St Neots in a partnership with a guy called Keith Willett in Policy Plus. I don't know, but these relations don't work very well because me and him didn't get on very well, and then we fell out, and I started on my own, and that was back in 1997.
Wow.
You got a big birthday coming up.
Yeah.
Next year then.
Yeah, and so that's who we are, and the business has gone from strength to strength, as you know.
Yeah.
But now you get defined by what the business is rather than that.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's you we're interested in, because it's you that drives that behind the sick note. And I know that you are a driving force. You are I've seen you in action as a client, as a friend. I see you in action. You are a driving force within that business.
But what you've heard already, even from those stories, is that desire to want to do things your way and not compromising by the way other people have done their business or conducted their business, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean to say other people are wrong. It certainly doesn't mean to say I'm right, but it just means to say if you're going to have something, you've got to have the conviction of your purpose.
Your way, that's right.
No, I believe that's why you've done. You've done this brilliantly as well, Alex, haven't you? You had a vision, and you've had just setting this up. You've had an awful lot of knockbacks.
Oh God!
You've had to restart, but it's that determination and that drive that makes sure you do it. And every time you do it, you become stronger and stronger and stronger, don't you? Yeah. And not only you get stronger because you're learning all the time, but also, what you've built gets stronger.
Exactly.
And the more it goes right, you start thinking, hold on, I might have something here. So
and you know what? Sometimes it's fine to say, you know what, I'm right, and you can't see it yet. That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. You don't know. You were ahead of your time. That's fine. Yeah. Someone got me a mug a few years ago. It said, I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong.
But you say about this thing community-wise. The business is good. Don't get me wrong. The business is great. I love it. It supports me. A lovely lifestyle and everything else. But I wouldn't have it if it wasn't for the people of St Neots. It's only because the community have supported the business that I've been able to grow the business. So it's only right that you, in whatever small way you possibly can, you give back to that community.
And that's why you sustain. This is the thread that runs through on the business conversation today. We had it was most prominent with Menel this morning from Welch Bakes, down in the Mews. It was community first. He was try a little. He started it with a spreadsheet upstairs, pitching me about this and that. And then he was trying it a little bit on the market, build a bit of community, build a bit of a following, build your brand. Mews, bosh, go. But you've done that over a sustained period of time. We were celebrating 3 years earlier. You're going to be 30.
There was 28. So it's 28 years next month. In April. 28 years.
So you'll be 30 next year. That's incredible, mate. Honestly, that's like.
We're celebrating all the milestones today.
Yeah, we've got a lot of milestones. And I hope we're celebrating a milestone tomorrow.
I just said 28, 29, isn't it? It's already 28.
Yeah, 29.
I suppose you're financial advisor. Can you
it's a good job we got.
Take that bit out.
It's good.
29 years.
It's a good job we got a good team, isn't it, mate?
28 years now.
Yeah, right now.
Right now.
So 30 years into the future for the community, for your family, your employees. What does St Neots look like if we continue to be a success as a business community? What's the health and status of St Neots 30 years from now?
What would I like it to be, you mean? Or
well, you've got that perspective. You did it 30 years. You started the business 30 years ago here.
Do you know what? In all honesty, it's actually not that much of a different place.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, we make this big song and dance about technical change and political change and all the things we couldn't do. I don't know, how many people have Googled today? 30 years ago, we all just Google at the top of a hat, don't we? But fundamentally, it's about family, it's about friends, it's about making sure you're putting food on the table, making sure you're being as good a person as you possibly can. And I think the fundamentals, they're the fundamentals of any community. And you can't, no technology in the world's going to change any of those. I don't care how good AI is. It won't change those things. If you're not a very nice person, if you kick your cat and you're not very nice to your wife and children, then you're not going to be a good part of the community. But if you are, then you are.
Yeah, karma comes around.
I've got a question about wellbeing, because it's Wellbeing Wednesday, right, that we're raising funds for. And as a business owner for that 28 years now,
well done.
business, how have you seen that conversation evolve in your business? Because I haven't been in business for that long, but I certainly know that the well-being conversation has expanded somewhat in the past 10 years, let alone the past 30 years.
We didn't exist.
Yeah.
No, it just didn't exist. And I think there was still somebody said to me, I didn't say it to me until I saw it on Facebook. I've seen it a number of times, but I think it made it more prominent today. Something about I was 62. I was born in 62, so I was 8 in 70. So I remember an awful lot about 1970. And yet, we're as far from 1970 as 1916, halfway through the First World War, is today.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
And that, that's I think they were still living in those times massively from this stiff upper lip, weren't they? You know, and there was a tremendous amount of mental unhealthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think unfortunately it was taken out in wife beating. It was taken out with drinking and
addiction,
and fighting and all sorts of things, which wasn't good for society. It wasn't good for people in general. But I think it existed then. We just didn't recognise it.
That's right.
The biggest thing for me now is I've got 5 of my employees that weren't born when the business started.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. That's great. That's got to be a good signal, right?
And that's really weird.
Yeah.
Because you're having conversations with them and they have a... I can't be careful.
Yeah, be very careful.
They have a differing drive, a differing attitude towards how things should be, a differing way that we should see them, which I think an awful lot of it is quite enlightening, terrifying.
Yeah.
But it's also quite enlightening. Their confidence in their status and the fact that they know what they want, what they're being asked to do, and what they shouldn't be asked to. I mean, I started off literally 30 yards across there was my first
you telling me about that.
because what was it's now a coffee shop, but was the Edinburgh Woolen Mill, was Hepworth's. Do you remember Hepworth's? Anybody remember Hepworth's? It was equivalent of Burton's.
Right, okay.
And I was bullied in there. I mean, they were abusive, physically abusive, but
really?
also,
Wow.
but it was just, that was what it was. I didn't dare go home and tell my dad, because I know what my dad was, did step up for yourself, and of course we didn't, did you? Because you didn't dare.
Yeah.
But you didn't dare do anything about it. But you didn't dare go home and say anything, because you knew that the
There
response
was no
wasn't going to be
empathy from
much.
them.
Clip around here.
So you just got on with it.
Yeah, I love hearing this perspective.
Yeah,
because
it's
at the moment,
real.
you hear quite a lot now about what's acceptable now and what people expect now, and you don't hear a lot from the OGs who've been doing it for so long, and also have had to ride that transition of change. So you've had to go from a time when actually we didn't talk about it, it wasn't recognised, to suddenly it's everywhere, it's enforceable, and it now sits in your policies and procedures at work and in organisations and businesses.
All sorts of, absolutely.
It's fascinating.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
One of my mentors has said to me about, I'm really obsessed with leadership, just studying it generally. And they said to me, I said, what's the difference between a leader today and a leader, say, 20, 30 years ago? And he said, the big difference today is a CEO 20, 30 years ago probably wouldn't have been required to have an opinion on something that was anything outside of the bubble of their market that they exist in. A CEO today is expected to have an opinion on everything in the world, politically or otherwise. And I think that's quite interesting. And the other thing that I heard you say about what didn't exist 30 years ago, I heard great guys, I can't take credit for this, but I heard a great guy talking about mindfulness. And he said, again, 30 years ago, he said, I'd sit on a train and I'd get bored and I'd look out the window. That was my mindfulness. I didn't call it that then. What I was doing, what else are you doing? You're just looking out the window and thinking and allowing your brain to have a conversation with itself in a moment that is forced upon you, because the alternative is talking to someone in front of you.
Yeah. Whereas now, what I find fascinating is that you have to carve out time for that.
Yeah, I know.
There are apps,
the apps
for you to have mindfulness.
Yeah.
Now, don't knock it, right? Because I totally use Headspace. I love it.
Yeah.
But I have rain music on at night. Do you know what I mean? It makes me feel, I feel nice
Ironic,
to go to
isn't
sleep.
it? There's an app to help you escape from connectivity.
Yes.
I know. There's so many apps for this stuff.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
So we're
It's
now,
half the problem is connectivity.
yeah, and therein lies the issue. So now, in order for you to go on the train, you don't look out the window, you look at your phone.
Yeah.
And then you look at your phone, and I was on the train the other day with my husband, and I've got this real bugbear, it really irritates me. When I'm on the train and I am chilling or got my eyes closed, I'm sleeping because I'm going to London, and someone's watching their phone and they're watching a video and they've got no headphones.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I find it so rude.
It's very
I'm
rude.
like, why are you so rude?
even
Put your
restaurants
headphones in.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. It's like and this person's laughing, about their stuff, and I'm sitting there, daggers at them, like, put some headphones on.
Do you not hate this one as well? Hello, Mum. I'm in the pub.
And then straight in the ear.
I've got friends around me. Yeah, but all what's going on?
So that connectivity
Yeah,
now,
it's
we're being
interesting.
forced to step out of it because we are over connected.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
It's interesting.
There's two different words there somewhere. I don't know what they are. The connected bit, but that deeper meaning of connected is definitely not in that connection.
Yes.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Very fascinating.
Yeah, very interesting.
I went on a well-man weekend
Did you really?
at 63
Nice.
Awesome, I love that.
with muscular dystrophy. I decided that going and swimming in the sea on the 9th of December was a good idea.
No.
Don't even look at me.
I thought I saw. Was that with Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought when Josh was in.
Yeah, the little fat one in the middle. That was
I was like, dude, it's Kev.
It was all these beefcakes.
It's Phelps is a big old boy, right?
I know, yeah,
And I
they
saw,
all were.
is that Kev? Is that Kev in the sea?
Yeah, no, but did you enjoy it? When I say did you enjoy it, now being in...
Absolutely.
You loved it.
That's your vibe, innit?
See?
You loved that.
See?
You loved
Yeah.
that.
There was certain things about. I mean, and ironically, I've never been. Again, it's that stiff upper lip thing. I've never been really into it. But one of the things the guy made us do was stand on the grass in the morning with no shoes on.
Yes.
I do
Feel
that. I do
the
that.
grass.
I love that.
And
Not all the time,
feet.
but I love
and
that.
breathe. Right? And they taught you a way of breathing. I mean, it did say, they teach you breathing. I said, I'm 63, I'm reasonably good at it.
I've got a little bit of experience there, mate.
I got it early on. I kept it going.
If you didn't hints.
But,
That's brilliant. I love that you've done that.
but it was really, really good. And I still do that now, every day.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Still go out and stand in the grass with my bare feet. And
That's
do
a
these
Deborah. That's a
breathing
Deborah
things.
Meaden one. She does that.
But it's not a Deborah Meaden one.
Yeah.
It's a that's what we've always done
a grounding.
before somebody gave us shoes. Do you know what I mean? We literally that's what we did. And everything I think is causing us issues. And I'm not saying everything. Please bear in mind nuance on these. But we've so far removed from our very basic human instincts and our basic practice. Do you know what I mean? Of waking up with the sun, going to sleep when the moon comes out. You know, eating the stuff that's seasonal, putting your feet on the floor. All of these things that we would have done as human beings, which have now been replaced by, I dare say it, capitalism and consumerism, which now mean that in order for me to get that moment of mindfulness, I need to pay $24.99 for an app to remind me to do it.
It's crazy.
Do you know what I mean? So we've just removed ourselves from our humanity.
I think there's so Ollie, who was on earlier. Ollie, we got a young guy who started with us. He's a partnership manager. He's like super into his fitness, like into it. Like he's like, and we had a conversation about this the other day. And he's actually agreeing with me on this. The over measurement. I've got something plugged in here that measures this. I do not need to wake up in the morning for my watch to tell me I've had a shit night's sleep. That's worse than the news.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? But seriously, like you're over measuring. Just chill out.
I didn't sleep well last night.
Yeah.
I know that.
And I don't know who's speaking about this at the moment. There's someone on the podcast runs, whatever, talking about the fact that the stress that's causing the people to over-measure their well-being is actually causing more damage to their heart than the rest of their fitness.
Yes, exactly.
And it's like, just chill out.
And that's anxiety, right? You know, if you get a reading of your watch that says that you've not slept for 3 days, you start to then worry about why you've not slept. And then guess what? Tonight, you ain't going to sleep.
And
then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah,
it is manifesting itself.
My mum was a professional worrier. She used to worry for England. She used to worry about the fact she had nothing to worry about. And one of the things I learned early on, running a business, one of the things I learned early on is that there is not one problem that's ever been solved in the history of the world that's been solved by worrying about it.
Amen.
It's solved by doing things about it. Been solved by getting other people to do things about it, been solved by addressing it, but they've never, ever, ever once been solved by worrying about it.
Can I control this?
It's
And
true.
the other thing was I meet, and I love the young lady locally, I was talking to her about it, is we all try to be very, very poor jockeys. Because how often do you meet people that are trying to address a worry that they haven't even got to yet?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll say to you, you're going to make a rubbish jockey. You keep trying to jump over fences before you get to them.
You know.
When your jockey jumps over the fence that's in front of him, but if there's not a problem there, what on earth are you worried about?
Exactly.
So true.
What if? If I get rid of what if, then the world would be a much, much better place.
Absolutely. I love that.
Smash the phone.
Yes.
So just smash it. Just go on.
Or just focus in the moment.
Yeah, that's what we said earlier.
You see these people at concerts. How many times do you see people at concerts? And
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Like, seriously, I don't even have to drink.
What you do, you're going to stop that and then go home and watch the thing that you were at to watch in the first place.
Or worse, you never watch it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just sits on your phone and never watch it. It's ridiculous.
It's just
and I
document
want to go back to
archiving.
something you just mentioned, Alex. You have to keep an eye on the time because my time is gone.
Yeah.
There is, when you talked about, like, you know, the whole jockey situation, and as a leader, as a business owner, as a person, as a family, you know, as a mum, wife, all of these things where life throws things at you, right?
Yep.
I can't take any credit for this. I heard it from a chief executive mentor of mine, and she said I use ACT in my decision making.
Yeah.
CIA. And so I was like, CIA? Okay, interesting. Tell me more about it. She said, well, the C, I always ask if it's in my control.
Yeah.
And if it's in my control, then I do something about it. And she said, if it's not C, then I impart I. Do I have an influence over it? Mm-hmm. And if I do have an influence over it, what can I do? How can I influence something that I have limited control over? And the A, and Alex is going to know that I love this bit, what do I just have to accept?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because there is a solution for absolutely everything these days. And I often use that with my children. Well, yeah, that is what it is, mate. That's where we're at.
So going back, and ironically, I don't know, 58 years ago or whatever, I sat with my grandmother, right, and she didn't use CIA. But what she said is, you said, change the things you can, leave alone the things you can't, and have God's good grace to know the difference.
There you go, CIA right there, beautiful.
And
in
it's
the
just
elder
been recycled,
in the elder
right?
language.
Yes, exactly.
And that was from the late 60s. That
I love this.
But it still sticks with us. That's true today, as well as it was back in your grandma's day. Yeah. And if we just accepted some of that stuff, I think we'd be a lot happier.
Yeah,
I think we would be. Are you in a rush? Ian, can you join us? Because Ian's next on. But I'd like to blend this because I know this is a conversation Ian's all for as well. And I'm actually enjoying this segment. And it allows us to catch up at the same time. It's a win-win for everyone. Come and join us, Ian. Give Ian a big round of applause as well. And one rule here, we cut the stream if you mention parking.
He's off.
Alex, just out of interest, I just parked outside Ian's shop. And I walked down. There were 4 cars in the disabled base, and not one badge amongst them.
I know. Yeah.
Look, he's like, I'm not been told.
I'm joking. These little niggles,
That's life.
Were you resonating with any of this conversation we were just having?
I am,
Bring that over here.
Yeah,
I can see you nodding in the back. I was like, you got to get on the sofa, man.
Yeah, no, I can understand a lot of it. We've all had our things that have changed over the years. So, yeah, it's. I remember one of the first times I actually went into a pub in Eatonsoken, and I was about 16. And there was a bloke at the end of the bar, and he had 5 or 6 people around him. He was laughing, joking, life of the soul. And there was another bloke at the end of the bar, stood there like that, and it was such a powerful memory in my thing. I'm like, I want to be like him, not like him. Ever since then, I've tried to be fairly positive with anything I've done. And I can almost see the bloke's face now.
Yeah, powerful.
Core memory.
30 years later, and I'm like,
Can't be like that.
Yeah.
But you do it. You drive to Ian Bolt. So he's one of the Market Square crew, right? So and Welsh Breaks and Men are the same. We're always bumping into each other. Yeah. There's always a conversation. Always looking out for each other. Sometimes things kick off a little bit, and we have to get together and do some stuff. But like. You're just always a heartbeat of the Market Square, and you've chosen to build a business, which is always fascinating to me. your business belongs in a traditional sense next to Screwfix or B&Q, because that's where the trades would go, and therefore you get that natural feel. But you chose, with your family, because it's very much a family business, you chose to build that at the heart of a town on a market square, which I think is fabulous. Because that's not about convenience for you, because it's not convenient, is it?
Not at the moment. It used to be. It used to be.
Why is that, Ian?
I won't mention this £16 million project.
But why? But you know, forgetting that bit, like why are you so sentimental? Because you are, you know, I know you're a hard guy. If I was going to ring someone to get rid of a body, you'd probably be the guy I'd call.
It's got some flaws.
He's got a lot of carpets. He's got a lot of carpets, and he's strong. See the size of him, mate.
A lot of plastic to wrap the body in.
Exactly. Look, he's thought about it as well. See, I told you he's the guy. Kev knows. But you are a sentimental guy. You love this community. You choose that. Why did you make those decisions? Why did you make those sacrifices for the community and give so much?
I don't know really. Probably I like being in the middle of the town. I like seeing the general what goes on, feeling part of the community, which is why we do quite a bit. But yeah, I just love the feeling of belonging. You know, that's it.
The vibe.
Yeah.
It's the vibe.
You're in the middle of it.
I love the town, the people, and I'm a people person. Anyone will tell you that. If somebody was to sit there and try and communicate with me on the internet, I'm like, oh well. If somebody's in front of me, they will always get my attention.
Yeah. My office used to be in the cross.
That's right, yeah.
In the Mews. I can't remember.
Down the other Mews, that Mews.
Yeah.
Fisher's
and I
Yard.
used to see you Fisher's Yard every morning, didn't I? I used to go to work.
Yeah.
All right, Ian. And Fridays, we loved the Friday, didn't we? Every Friday, I'd be like,
On the square, it was every Friday.
Yeah, and the crew would be out, get the beers out.
That's something that
lovely.
I really wish that we could. It's something we've talked about quite a lot in the past, like little cultural change. That if 20 business owners decided in town that on Friday we finish at 4:30 and we go for a drink, you can either stay in the office and work till 5 or whatever.
They do, Alex.
Well, I know. But
He did. He's working here.
Just don't tell him where they're going.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I'll be asking for some money or something. I'll be in there going, "Look, this hub project's getting pretty expensive, right?" Kev? But no, these little cultural norms, businesses can drive a lot of that. You know, they can really drive the culture of these sort of things. And yes, one memory I have of Ian. So Ian and I met probably 10 years ago, like maybe 9.
Yeah,
I just bought that commercial cleaning company, and we were going to this awful thing called BIN or BNI or whatever they call it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 6 a.m. in a golf club somewhere, awful, right? It served a purpose at the time, and we met through each other. We met some lovely people through that process, right? Take the positive. I never forget, it was January. I was driving down, it was Brampton Golf Course, and I was driving down the A1 as I was coming off a slip road. I was like, it's slippery around here, isn't it? I see around the corner. He's in the ditch in his van, isn't he? Like that, 6 a.m. on a bloody Wednesday morning. And he couldn't have a bigger smile on his face. He's just like, don't know, mate. I said, I'll see you later then. I'll try to send help. Yeah. But you just find a way to see the positive in it. I love that.
If somebody puts an obstacle in your way, you've got 2 options. You find a way over it, or around it, or you give up. And I don't give up.
No, you do not.
We talked earlier on about that stoic kind of mentality around things happen, right? Shit happens, as you say. Or in my case, it is what it is, written on my arm.
It's what it is.
And then you take a choice as to what you do about that. And when we're talking about mental health as well, I think it's really important to understand that there are different people. If you're stoic and you're quite, it is what it is and I'll kind of deal with it, it's fine. But there is also an element of if people want to cry about it or throw their dung out the pram about it, then that's also okay. And any feelings and emotions are attached to it are okay. And as I said, we're under lock and key at the moment because my kids hopefully are at home and not listening to this if they are. But, my daughter, for example, she's at school at the moment, lots of pressure, GCSEs, loads of exams, loads of pressure. And, she might come home one day and it's been an awful day at school and she'll cry. And automatically human nature means or dictates that you want to try and fix it.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, well, what's going on, honey? And how can I help? And blah, blah, blah. I don't. And obviously my kids are now used to it. They're like, and I'll go, what's going on? She might say, school sucks or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I go, oh, yeah, I know. Kiss a cuddle, off you go. There's no fixing it for me because I can't fix the fact that school sucks. No. I can't do anything. Do you know what I mean? I can't go to the school. I can't do anything. So I love that kind of understanding. You can't dictate what's just happened, but you can dictate how you feel about it and how you then interact with whatever that outcome is. You know, your car's in a ditch.
It's just real, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's what it is. Car's in a ditch.
It's done now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
But
done,
it is
yeah.
awesome what you've done. 'Cause I remember that was just you and your son in a van back then. You didn't have a shop. You didn't have, you know, it was just literally you and your son in your van out doing the carpets. Happy days. I mean, it was a lot
Those
easier,
were the
wasn't it?
days.
They were the days. No business rates, none of that nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you know, your family business, you've got your multi-generation. I've seen Harry grow up. Just wow, what a leader he's turning into as well.
Yeah, and you know, that's what it's all about, isn't it? The future.
Yeah, you must be a very proud father, mate.
I am. Yeah, and a grandfather now. So
Yeah, of course. Welcome to the club, bro.
So yeah, but it's all about the future, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember somebody saying to me once, it's a bit of a story. Would you say I'm a failure, right? And I'd say, no, but have I failed in things? Yes. Do you learn from it? You have to.
Yeah.
So, you know, anyone that's feeling a bit like, oh, I'm a bit of a failure, you're not. Just learn from it. You know, everybody's made mistakes. You know, I've had failed relationships, failed businesses, and it's just put me in a better place to be where I am now.
That's right. And you wouldn't have been where you are if you hadn't have had those opportunities to a certain extent.
I'm going to share something now because there aren't many people who know this, and there's now going to be a whole load more people that know it. But, and this is not telling this for any reason other than to just go enhance what you've just said. Back in 1989,
Year after I was born.
I worked for the Pearl Assurance. All right, still. They didn't get rid of me after and they promoted me up to the manager in Bury St Edmunds. And they did a company move. So I had a house in Peterborough and then I had a house in Bury St Edmunds. So I had two mortgages. But one of them they paid because of this, that and the other. And I don't know if anybody remembers back in December 1989 as to what happened. But there was a massive, let's call it reevaluation of properties. And I bought a property then for £160,000, which became worth 115 overnight.
Wow.
And I suddenly went into a massive negative equity on two properties because I still had responsibility for it. At the same time, my marriage failed, and we lost both of the houses. Wow. And for 8 weeks, I lived in a car. Right. Wow. So on a Monday morning, I would leave my mum, and she would have all my shirts ironed and everything else. I'd go to work in Ipswich, and I used to park in Ipswich swimming pool car park. Yeah, and I used to get something to eat, and I'd sleep in the car, and then in the morning I'd go into the swimming pool and have a swim and have a shower, get changed in the changing rooms, go to work, back that night into the car park, choose different space every now and then because I liked a different outlook.
Of course.
And then we'd do that up until Friday, and then at 5 o'clock on Friday I'd go back to St Neots. Mum would wash everything, and then Monday morning it was back to my car park. I did that for 8 weeks until I got myself a little flat over in Ipswich.
That's incredible.
So technically homeless, so I did because I went back to my dad's. And they're the sort of things they don't break you, they make you, don't they? You know, it's those sorts of things.
Thank you for
I've
sharing.
kept that very quiet, but it was a moment in my life that was. I remember thinking back now, this could make or break it.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's resilience right there. And, you know, the fact that you had your mum who could go and look after you, it was what mechanisms did you have in place to support you to be able to continue to work? Do you know what I mean? In terms of, you know, and where you could live in your car and you could sleep. And it's not ideal, of course it's not, but you made it work because you had a goal in mind. And for me, that's the epitome of resilience. The epitome of, all right, everything has gone to pot. This is a really bad situation, but what is in my control right now? Who is around me to be able to support me while I do what I need to do on that journey, right?
Well, it's either go backwards forever or keep on going because I wanted to continue, I wanted to be a success. So this was I'd actually achieved quite a
you smashed it.
A level of...
You had two houses, mate.
A level of success that I was quite proud of, and then to lose it all, to go back to there again.
That takes something,
man.
That takes something. That comes from there. That's deep.
And then you go again.
Yeah.
You know, and have a different opinion on it the second time round. It's very interesting.
And then how long is this business going?
Now,
28, yeah.
28 years
Exactly. Yeah. That's brilliant. Thank you for sharing
No,
that.
thank you for sharing. That's incredible. I mean, I've enormous respect, as you know, but even more so now. So to both of you, so we're trying to raise money for Wellness Wednesday, right? That's what it's all about. And I imagine your employees will be involved. We're going to get all the community in here doing something for themselves in the community every single Wednesday. That's the aim of the game. What does well-being mean to you personally, and not the textbook version of that response, but what does that mean to you personally, just to share with the community?
Personally, I would say I go to the gym 3 times a week.
You've been on a little run with that, haven't you? Carly, you've been working.
Yeah.
That's
And
beautiful.
That's my space. I'm not a business owner. I don't have to deal with parking. I'm not a dad. I'm not a husband. All I can do for that hour and a half is my time. And I think everybody needs just a little bit of time where all the outside kind of
Noise.
it's almost like having a shield, a poo
Yeah.
shield, and it just
Poo shield, love that.
deflects everything,
Yeah,
and
that's
you can
nice.
just be you.
And Carly beats the shit out of you, does she? In the gym.
See, I was polite and said poo. And that was it. I was told to be on my best behaviour.
We lost
Yeah, we're
that
tired.
like
Yeah,
6:30
exactly.
this morning or something.
But,
That's
yeah.
nice. That's great advice. That's great. That's lovely.
A bit of selfishness.
Selfishness.
to our
Yeah, we had a
point
great
earlier.
conversation
Yeah,
with Dominic
Gary.
Atkinson earlier. If you get a chance to listen back, it was phenomenal.
And Gary.
Oh, sorry,
Very
Gary.
pleasant.
Dom was good as well.
He was very good.
About he's kind of taken ownership of the word selfish, and like he's wearing a t-shirt when it was brilliant. He was just
Yeah.
saying, no, it's not.
It's
That's our
important.
word.
Yeah.
We're happy. Selfish is good. Selfish is a positive thing. Sometimes you've got to be selfish. That's a great thing. That's a really selfish thing to do, Ian. Well done. I love that. We're going to own that. I like
Yeah,
that.
we like it.
You can't help anybody else if you're not in the right place to help someone.
That's right.
That's right. Love that. Love that. What about you, Kev? What words of wisdom have you? I mean, you've already embarked so much wisdom, but well, I mean, you could talk about it from a community perspective, from an employee, your employees, as a however you feel best to
So I
answer.
feel
that.
okay. I'm all right. I'm much happier when the people around me, the closest people around me, are well and happy. Yeah. So making sure that's in place.
You like obsessing over you, don't you?
I like everything around me. Everybody's around me to be okay. I don't like it when there's angst. I don't like it when there's argument. And whatever I can do to put that right, even if there's just. Sometimes I think, oh, for God's sake, just grow up, Perry. You know, it really is. That's my happy place when those around me are comfortable because it means I can relax.
Yeah. So peace. Yeah, protecting.
He's
your
a peacemaker.
Peace, your well-being. Yeah, and
I'm
also
okay. So I'm happy with me.
your grass on your feet.
I'm not grass. Oh, sorry, I mean.
I still can't. I'm so happy you did. Honestly, I'm so happy you've done that. Honestly, I should have mentioned it to Josh earlier because I did see. I thought I saw. Is that
very interesting stuff
Is that
like
Kevin amongst that? Yeah. Like you were doing like all sorts in that.
It's
space.
very interesting stuff. Did you see when they're chucking the ice cold water over me?
Well, the Wim Hof methods,
Oh,
yeah.
Like, they had a bucket there. It's a plastic bucket. And I just knew if I got the bucket, it would have just collapsed on the floor, and it would have just ended very unappealingly. So I said, right, just get the ice water and throw it over me.
Oh God!
Honestly,
I was hoping they were going to end before they did, but they
they followed through with it. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys
Love
coming
that.
to share some space with us and share some stories and everything you do for the town. Honestly, I said it earlier, but I mean it. Like as friends, as allies, however we want to describe ourselves, you are appreciated, both of you.
And likewise, Alex, for the total respect for what you put on here. And I know everybody, none of these people here would be here if it hadn't been for your drive and your enthusiasm and your focus in making this happen. So from my point of view, well done to you, mate.
I appreciate it, brother. No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, we on schedule.
I think so.
Dude, this is some get up, by the way. I saw you come in, it was like amazing. Look at this, look at this, that.
You all right?
Are you okay texting?
Sorry, Dan, I'm going to try and... I am, yeah, I'm in and out, yeah. Please do. Lovely to see you. Oh, we'll do that, yeah. We know where we are in the sofa. Yeah, do that, definitely.
Okay, go to your week. Let me reboot. Okay, so I'm going to be taking a 25-minute break. Danny's going to take this next call. We got the St Neots Ladies Circle joining us next. Danny's going to hold that one. Thank you everyone for supporting this. Honestly, it's like we're in the last mile for this. It's getting a bit heavy. I'm not going to lie, but it's always nice when you've got people like Kev and Ian that come on and just wake you up. It's beautiful. So bear with us. Danny will be back in a minute with the St Neots Ladies Circle.
Yes, exactly. Hi.
I got told to sit here, is that alright? Do you want me to move up? Move down? Where do you want me to sit?
This is fine.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go and check
Perfect.
it out. That'd be lovely.
We'll go
so much.
as long as, I know it's like eating a microphone, like an ice cream. So you eat a microphone. Oh, they look beautiful, those flowers.
Right, we just need to make sure that he's Charlotte.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, we're all good.
Yeah, so...
How awake are you?
Huh?
How are you feeling? Are you awake?
I'm all right.
Oh, look, you got flowers. Oh, such an admirer. Sweetheart.
That's so sweet.
That's so sweet.
I know. Right, I think we're
Oh, we go. Well, there's lots.
right. So it's that time of the day
When everybody's
when
coming
everyone's
in.
kind of doing the shifts in and out. So we've had the people that have been here all day.
Yeah, and
They're
like,
all leaving now, and then you've got the evening shift coming in.
I totally get it. Well, I've been at work all day, so I've literally come home, gone to work, come home, got ready, and now I'm back out.
Yes,
so I get it.
exactly,
It's
yes,
the craziness of
yes.
the whole in and outness, so it's okay. And Alex is sorting them out.
Yes.
It's okay.
Thank you.
It's okay.
So yes, so welcome to our next guest then. So
Thank
please,
you.
thank you first of all, welcome to the couch.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And tell us, who are you? Where are you from? In quick introduction.
Okay, so for those who don't know me, my name is Charlotte Herden. I'm born and bred from St Neots.
Yay.
So it's always good to say that. And I'm here as the chair of St Neots Ladies Circle.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, so Ladies Circle actually is a national organisation. What's been going on for 90 years. Our circle's been going since, 1962. Wow. So we're old. And it's all about social groups, you know, and that's what I'm here to talk about today is how important social groups are to people and the community.
What I find fascinating about the social circle for women is that you have just mentioned it's been going since 1962.
That's our one,
Yes, this one, and it's been a national organisation.
Yes.
What we've had today in a number of different guises is men's talk, right? So they're kind of catching up with us now, but we've had an awful lot of this going on. So tell us what the women's circle is. What's the actual kind of premise, the outcome?
So Lady Circle is part of the Round Table organisation. So St Neots would know Round Table for the Santa sleigh that goes round Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, I love doing it. We also help, and I love it, and it's very exciting. Yeah. So our motto is, best way of summing it up is like fun, friendship, and fundraising. That's like the motto of it. So friendship, because it's really hard to make friends. It's really hard as an adult to make friends.
Yes, it is as adults,
Because, you know, people have their own little clubs and their own groups, and it's really hard. And that's where this whole people thing about loneliness is coming in, you know. There was like a stat from like the national statistics saying like people aged 16 to 29 are feeling the most lonely at like 33%. And that's a crazy statistic.
That's it's unexpected.
It is. You think like, because when I was that age, like I was going out, having a laugh, but that doesn't really happen nowadays. There isn't that whole like pub social life happening. So that's where I think like, that's where the whole loneliness is coming in. And then we are friendship, fun, and then we do fundraising. So there's loads of circles up and down the country, and each circle does their own little charity fundraising. So as chair, mine is EACH, which is East Anglia Children's Hospice.
Okay, excellent,
Yes, I have a personal connection there because my nephew uses it. So I wanted to do something for help him. But our national chairman, hers is Young Minds.
Okay, yeah.
Which is also go great with today's thing, you know, young minds helping children and like young adults during school and stress and everything, and it links in great. So there's also that charity aspect that we do.
Excellent. So you talk about kind of these pillars of work, you know, fun, getting together, combating loneliness with the element of fundraising. And how important are the friendships that are made within those circles to the members? And I remember, and the reason I ask is because I remember years ago with my business, ABC Life Support, I used to I was invited to a number of kind of WI groups, and we'd go there and I'd teach something, and I would always go, not only because I obviously wanted to pass on the education, but I always got given cake.
Oh yeah,
always.
Who doesn't love
always
cake?
An element of food, right?
Yes, I've taught my lot how to make fudge. I can make fudge in a slow cooker, and I've taught all my lot how to make it.
Fantastic.
Like, who doesn't love a bit of homemade? I love that.
Yeah. So, what's the kind of impact of the friendships that are made there?
I think it's some people, you know, I'm very lucky. I have a very supportive family and fiance who have come today and everything. But some people don't have that. So for some people, the friendships they make in social groups, that's like a second family to them. Like, you can get a text saying like, oh my God, like, my husband's broken his foot, who's got crutches? Yeah. Like, we can divvy out crutches. To, I needed a bag to match a pair of shoes. I know it sounds really trivia, but you know.
If you have not got the right bag for the right shoes,
it's a real
in certain
thing.
social groups,
it is a real, I'm really glad everyone did agree that is a real thing. And literally, I sent a picture on the WhatsApp going, who has a bag to match these shoes?
Yeah, and you got the bag, right?
Oh, yeah, I did. Because, you know, you just needed the right one.
Absolutely.
And just a little thing of just getting rid of that stress. Because life's so stressful, you know. You've got people who just need, like, 5 minutes away from their kids because they're doing their head-in to, like, just work stresses and just stress in general. Yeah. And we just support each other. And I think that's what social groups do. They're another layer of support.
Yeah. So one thing we've talked about quite a lot today is infrastructure. And the fact that, you know, these infrastructure organisations that are self-built, coming to fruition, they're self-managed. What's missing in infrastructure, for example, in youth sector, is that there is no youth clubs because the youth clubs have been run by the local authorities. The local authorities have cut funding and therefore they don't exist anymore. And I think from your example of what the organisation does, and this is a very, very old, in today's standards, kind of institution, right? How important is it, do you think, that these things are led from community?
I think they're really important. Like, St Neots in general has so many different social groups. Like you had the last 2 summers, you had the St Neots festival that we happily took part in the sun and the rain, like, and they helped the morale of the town, because you just hear like, oh, this shop's now closed, and there's a junction here, and there's a pothole here, and that's all you see on Facebook. And then you have like a little glimmer of like, oh, this group's doing this event, and oh, we have the Santa sleigh, and we have all these different like organisations doing something to just build up the town. I think that's what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of wellbeing, because we're here to raise money, obviously, for Wellbeing Wednesday. How does the group that you run, or how does the Ladies Circle contribute to the well-being of the women that it has as its members?
I think like we're a soundboard. Like I'm trying to plan a wedding, and that can be stressful. Actually, a few of our members are planning weddings currently, and if we're like stressed out, like these I don't know, the flowers aren't right, or I can't find the right colour of like a dress, something really, really stupid in the main scheme of things, but that soundboard is just somebody else. You know, it's just somebody else who is impartial and can tell me, Charlotte, you're being an idiot, it's just a dress, it's just a flower petal, breathe. Yeah. I think sometimes you need that.
To be fair, I mean, I'm married.
Yeah.
If when I was getting ready for my wedding and the dress or the shoes or the whatever, and someone said to me, oh, don't worry, you're just being stupid. I'll be like, babes.
Oh no, I think I personally need
getting married once. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is an important thing.
I personally need it because I think I would stress out over the littlest thing, and I think my other half would probably kill me if I told him. Love your hand at the back. So I just need that separate soundboard.
Yes.
So
to give you perspective.
Perspective is needed. Everyone needs perspective, and you can get it from anywhere.
Yeah. So in St Neots, I know that of another business, she's not here, but there's another organisation called Midlife 360. Big shout going out to Ingrid, who's running that organisation, another CIC here. And it is for women in midlife. And again, her organisation is mainly aimed at women in midlife looking to get back into the workplace in order to help with their well-being. And again, keeping the well-being kind of stream alive. Is there any initiatives within your women's circle or the ladies' circle that has a direct focus on mental health or well-being?
I think with our national chairman's charity, Being Young Minds, it really does help people. Like, she's always posting on her Facebook, like, here's different lines and avenues you can go to when different things came up in the news. What did Young Minds' perspective was? So that was her thing. So that's her national charity. If it wasn't her national charity, there is like the national exec who are always there trying to help people, who are always like there if you do need help. And also your circle in general, your members, that they're here wanting to support you in whatever your struggles are.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So we've talked an awful lot about the ladies' circle.
Yes.
What about you?
About me?
Yeah.
Wow. So I feel like I've learnt a lot being this chair this year. It's my first year as chair. And like...
1 second.
Yeah.
Come and give a bit of a round of applause.
Thank you, guys.
Like, we are celebrating all the milestones today.
It's my first year.
So, yes.
Yeah, so I've learnt a lot as like leadership skills. So leadership's like professional benefits of this, especially for people trying to get their first job. I know this hub is very good on wanting to help people get in their first, on the career ladder. And with social groups, so me being chair, I have to motivate my circle members to want to help raise money for this charity and organise them.
1 second, sorry to interrupt you. If those of you that can't see, guys are here for the walk. They came back because they said they would come back, and they did.
Done, guys.
So massive shout out.
Thank
Have
you,
a lovely
guys.
walk, gentlemen.
Lovely walk, guys.
Have a lovely walk. Take care. I think they're taking Grace with them. Let's go and get some air.
Have
See you
fun.
later.
I hope they've wrapped up.
And remember to record your miles.
Oh, I hope they wrap up. It is cold.
It is cold. They go out, rain or shine. It doesn't matter.
That's commitment.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
your first year of chair.
Yes.
So in terms of you personally, you know, your kind of input around well-being, what does that mean for you personally? Not with the women, with the ladies' circle.
For me, I always want to be like a person someone can talk to. Like, I put like on our group chat, I'm like, chair hat time, and I like put a message. I'm like, but if you need anything and you don't want to post it here, just message me.
Yeah.
I make it very like my phone. I've got, who else doesn't have their phone on them now? 24/7.
It takes practice, right?
It does. So I'm like, if you need me, just message, all cool. I'm quite open. I like to talk.
Yeah.
You know, which is helpful for things like this.
It totally is.
You know, when you can just talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how I do.
Excellent.
Because I'm no, like, I don't have any qualifications or anything.
We don't. And I think what we were talking about today is that qualifications are great, especially if you're working in an official capacity, but actually just being that person on the end of a call or the end of a phone or end of a text or end of a message who has empathy, listening skills naturally, you know, or some people who have had training, and actually utilising that network of people that we have. Because let's face it, the majority of training is normally for institutions, right, or organisations. But what do we need on the ground within our areas of work is empathy, understanding also of the places like the Hub, understanding of places like your organisation, right? And what do you do to maintain your own good mental health, well-being?
I'm quite positive, and I have like, I love a bit of Disney. And
right.
Oh, I feel like
conversation can just stop for 1 second. You love a bit of Disney.
Oh, I do love a bit of Disney.
Who doesn't love a bit of Disney? If you don't, get out.
Yeah. Well, we have a thing, like, if I make my other half watch a Disney film, I then have to watch a Marvel film. So it is fair in our house.
That makes sense to me.
So I'm always trying to be positive. Like, you need a little bit of faith, trust, and pixie dust.
Love that.
You know, that's what you need to get to Neverland.
Yes.
And
what's your favourite Disney? Sorry,
okay, that's really hard.
Now, right? But what's your favourite Disney film?
Now, are we going like with Walt's Alive? Are we going Walt's Dead? Are we going animation? Are we going through like
whatever?
It's a very hard like it's a hard
thing. You thought about this quite a lot
because people ask me and they go, "Oh, you like Disney?" I'm like, "Yeah." What's your favourite film? I'm like, you can't pick. There's two different things. Like, it's a technical answer, so it's two.
So you what top two, top three?
Okay. I do like The Fox and the Hound. It's an old classic.
Old school, yeah.
Old school. I prefer the old school. I don't like the remakes.
Fair.
I really like Fantasia.
Banging film.
It's a good one. It's such an underrated one as well.
Underrated. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the artwork and how well wanted to like do the orchestra, and I can go such nerdy right now. And then as a modern one, I do like Up. Up's adorable.
It is, although I cry all the time.
I cry. Any Pixar film, I'm like a blubbering mess.
Wreck. So we've had this conversation in our house, and actually my family are a little bit mixed. So some of them like the remakes.
Yeah, no, that's not right.
I'm not really a fan of the remakes.
They got the library scene wrong in Beauty and the Beast, and Belle is just like, Beauty and the Beast, like, here's a library, I really like you. Now it's just, here's a library.
Yeah, no, what's all that about?
It just ruins the whole thing and the whole...
See, the thing is, though, we talk about well-being and mental health, and your face lights up when you talk about Disney. It's I know what she likes. I like Disney. And I love that. But these are the things that, that we... When I came in here this morning at 5:30...
Yeah, I was asleep. Well done. I was asleep.
We were talking about, like, watching films. Now, I run a national organisation. I am talking about advocacy and very difficult things the majority of the time.
Yeah.
When I get home and I get into my pyjamas and I sit in front of the TV, television and music for me are my outlet.
Yeah.
They're the things that I love to do and that I love watching to get me out of my head and into whatever it is I'm watching.
Yeah.
And my children have kind of been brought up with that. And recently, the most beautiful thing about sharing with my kids is that they've been watching Willow.
I've actually never seen it. Awkward, I know. I'm sorry. I feel like this is now going to end the conversation because I've never seen Willow.
It's not going to end it, but there is a very strong recommendation that you do. But only if you like that kind of film. Have you ever seen Labyrinth?
Oh, I love Labyrinth.
If you love Labyrinth, you're going to love...
One of our members has named her dog Ludo because they love the Labyrinth so much.
But it gets us out of our heads. It provides us with that joy that we love to do, right? And so, going back to Disney...
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog.
Oh, classic. That's the last hand drawn animated film. That's
Princess
a good
and
one.
The Frog. Music, the score, amazing. So see, we can geek out on this all night.
I could geek out all night. I
but
really could.
I know we are totally. Well, we've still got time.
Okay, we're doing well then.
We're doing okay. Okay, so we've talked about kind of well-being. We've talked about the things that we like to do. We've talked about the ladies. Because I keep saying women's circle, the ladies
circle, because we're part of the round table family.
Yes, absolutely. And so what other things, if people wanted to find out a little bit more, what's the kind of criteria for them to join?
So for Ladies Circle, we are for women aged 18 to 45. I have left leaflets in that here.
Excellent.
But if you are over that age, it's we do have other groups. So it's like Tangent, which is for like if you're over 45, and Roundtable have the same age categories. You know, there is, I kind of explain it like, you know, you've got rainbows, brownies and guides.
Yes.
Where you have like the rainbows is this age and brownies is this and
Yeah.
guides is this. I kind of think it's the same for us as well. It's the easiest way.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So we're St Neots Lady Circle is very active on Facebook, but you can find any like lady circle across the country. You can just Google Lady Circle, or if you're a man, Round Table,
Yeah.
and you can find where your local one is.
Excellent. Guys, if you are interested, then join.
Thank
Come along. This is your new chair. First year.
First year.
Doing an amazing job. Loves Disney. Needs to watch Willow.
That's the selling point. We do have a new members' night for our Lady Circle in
Yes.
St Neots next Wednesday.
Excellent.
We're doing it at 7:30 at the Fairy Lounge. Just a board game night.
Yeah.
Bring some board games. Come and talk to me a bit more. If you love Disney, then definitely come.
Definitely come along.
But
yeah.
even if you don't, you still can.
Yeah. There's no shade.
No shade.
We're not judging.
No.
It's been a pleasure speaking
Thank
to
you so much for having me, and good luck for us the evening, guys.
Thank you. We're all right. We're back on track now.
You're
I
back
think,
on track.
Yeah, Alex has had a bit of a break and
Just
left us to have this wonderful conversation. Thank you. It has been amazing. I wish you all the best in your chair. How long do you stay chair
So
for?
I'm chair till May, but I'm going to be chair next year as well because I don't.
Nice.
So I'm just going to, to whoever they don't really want me, really. Suzanne, how long do you want me for? Suzanne could be on it.
Love that. Love that. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Can we
so
give her
much.
a round of applause,
Thank you,
please?
guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. Oh, you didn't even need them.
It's always good if you get tongue-tied.
So we have some news.
Okay.
So we've just hit 50% of our target, £3,000. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
All
you.
of this is worth it. The lack of sleep and the slight twitch in my eye.
But the eye, it's the eye that does
it's
me.
worth it,
I'm so
yes.
conscious of it. I'm like, it's just going, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just going.
Yeah, but we've got this, Alex. We're nearly there.
So I've got, that was lovely, wasn't it?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Care package. Oh,
Packages.
there are so many
Thank you
care
so
packages.
much.
Thank you,
Yes,
whoever you are. We love
lovely.
you.
Oh, bless her.
Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful,
Thank you guys
man?
for
Yeah,
your love.
bless your
really
heart.
do. Thank you so much.
So these flowers, so these flowers, by the way. So we're going to be on. So Harrison, big up the family.
Yes.
Um,
the Lee family.
So he just showed me his video that's going to go out on TikTok or Instagram or wherever he puts it out in the world. And it was hit about Blue Monday. So he's been giving flowers to his mum, to his grandma, to his dad, to his brothers, to the receptionist, and to Grace, and then to us.
Love
So
that.
big up family for their donation and their
you.
support. It's like it's
That's
much
lovely.
appreciated.
Thank you so much.
Isn't it lovely? Isn't it?
lovely.
Oh man, it's getting to the end, isn't it?
I know.
It's
I'm
going to
get
all
all
the.
emotion.
I know, man.
I'm going to get emotion.
I think we'll. I don't know. Yeah, we probably will.
Yeah, we will.
So to help us before we bring on our next guest, I want to bring another guest co-host with us.
Yep.
Mr. Skip, come over here, Ash boy. Come on in. Where you want to go? You want to come with me? You're going down here?
Can I snuggle under here?
Yes,
Yeah,
do you want to get in the
Get
blanket?
involved. Yeah, get involved.
Because I'm offering everyone to get in
What
the
kind of
blanket.
percentage are we?
If they want.
Under and
That's enough.
under and not in the blanket. Thank you. Yeah.
So quickly
Lovely to
before
see
we
you, Ash.
before we bring our next guest on, one of the things that we talked about before is the life of a roadie, because a lot of the young people we work with Inspire to Ignite, we talk about this when we get together. The community, because you're on the road always.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
like everywhere, right? Horse box everywhere, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Especially in the summer. And bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, we're going to get mobbed in about
Yeah.
an hour or so. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
The walk and talk guys are
They're
out
going to come back.
on
yeah.
the move.
They've just come back. Yeah, they did. Yeah,
They're
they
doing
came in.
their family
come
walk.
back.
Get ready for that.
Fair play to them.
Yeah, and big up walk and talk for men. Look forward to that mob. And one of the things, especially the young people we work with that are care experienced or escaping a lifestyle or communities that aren't serving them, is the hospitality sector in the world you live in. 'Cause you're on the road. It's a wonderful sector, I think, that doesn't get celebrated enough. Is that kind of gig economy. I've met a lot of your crew. Like, how has that served your well-being and your team?
Yeah, it's probably along with a lot of industries where you kind of jump in and out, and you know it's not consistent. It's very seasonal. That mindset is real tricky. So you know what we do, particularly with the horse box stuff. There right now it's January. Not a whole bunch of events going on. It's like what are people doing at this time of year, and that can be challenging. You know, in any industry, there's a lot of, I feel, a reasonable amount of pressure as a business owner to keep these people working. You know, for everyone's sake. At this time of year, if work just all of a sudden drops off, these people have still got mortgages to pay.
Right.
You know, they've still got bills. They're looking after people. So yeah, it's quite a heavy burden. But you know, when you take on businesses like I have, you get put in certain positions where I guess initially you feel quite uncomfortable, because staff will come to you and you know you take the weight of their issues, and you sort of think, am I the person that can deal with this? And I've stopped and I've gone, actually, well, yeah, I am. You know, there are certain people that are just, I think I've got that drive as an entrepreneur, and you know, with the kind of community we're around, it's there. And I go, if somebody has asked me to, you know, they're talking about confidential stuff, they want answers, they're looking at, they're talking to me about all these things. I have those skills. I have the passion, because ultimately a lot of the time somebody just wants to talk, right?
Yep.
They just want to sit down, talk about whatever they're thinking, and that as a individual doesn't take a huge amount of doing, because you're sat there, you're soaking it in, you're talking about what you know and what I've learned. But would it be helpful if there was more to say, you know, like this is, you know, this as a community of business owners, this is what we do when you're put in certain scenarios, of course. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so absorbing.
Love
Because you are
that.
still absorbing it.
Yeah.
That's the point, right?
Yeah, but that's the life of a leader, isn't it?
That's the life of
That's the life. That's the bit
Yeah.
that they don't quite tell you about.
Yeah. Where's
But the
that
bit
guidebook?
but then also there is an element of there are certain types of people that build businesses off their own volition, and they already have the skills that they need in order to do it, because they would
Yeah.
never have done it.
Yeah, fair.
You know, they might need support, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying everybody's born with the right, you know, kind of skill set, but the desire, knowing you're the right person, knowing where to get it from, the tenacity to go and ask, all of those things are the things that happen when you are an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and it can all happen quite quickly, can't it? You know, all of a sudden you're in a position where you've just started a business and someone's talking to you about, you know, problems and, you know, or a lot of kind of really deep stuff. You have to kind of quite quickly work out what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And as Alex was saying, you know, looking after your team and in turn kind of the wider community is something that I personally feel it's in business owners. And you know, no one's ever got it straight away.
That's right.
But you learn it. You
learn it
do
quickly.
right?
We spot it.
Yeah.
We're spotting it. We have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So our next guest is one of the first beneficiaries of this project. I'll never forget the journey he's been on here, and we've still got, I think, a post-it note somewhere with his lovely words that stay with us. And your first ever review. He's got this most lovely. He's just got a lovely soul, lovely bit about him, and I think he's going to really lift us with his energy here. So, can we welcome Danny Barnard, please?
Yes, we can.
Come on, Danny boy. Come on, my man. He's got matching jumpers at Deb's today.
Hey, Danny.
Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Yes, I love that. Where'd you get them from? I need to go and see if I can get one of those
I
tops.
know they're
I
all
love
beautiful,
that.
aren't they?
Yeah.
They're cool.
Live to
really
live.
Live to
Nice
live.
tops.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a look at
Extremely
it.
warm.
Thank you.
Love
Looking
that.
good.
Love that.
Nice
Danny,
to see you, Danny.
Who do we? Who's Danny today? Because I've known Danny for a little while now, but who's Danny today?
Well, to be honest, Danny's here for a lot of people. Since we've talked, obviously you know my background, you know my story and everything like that. I've over the last about 3 years since, I've been asking myself a lot of questions about why, what happened to me, and why, what I attempted. It's heavy, but when I knew you was doing this and you invited me along to talk, for me it's a big thing, because on my personal Facebook, every now and again, for whatever reason, I do a check-in.
Yeah.
Now, someone asked me why I do that. It's the people I don't see all the time. It's just a domino effect. Yeah, have a chat. Oh, I haven't spoken to my uncle for 6 years. Cheers, Dan. Or anything like that. That's what it's about. Now, so I don't want to drag the mood down
You're
too
right,
much.
you're,
But
you're good.
if it's all good, I'll share where I'm at. So Wednesday 11th, 2023, dropped my lovely wife off at Waitrose. It's about 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning. And happy as Larry. I was going through some stuff, dropped her off, thought nothing of it. Then something happened to me. And it was like, I don't know, it wasn't me, that's for sure. It wasn't me. And I found myself overwhelmed with heaviness, really down, really definitely not me. I'm not proud, but yeah,
You're all right, mate. Take your time. You're in a safe space. Just chill. And you don't have to share if you don't want to.
Yeah, just share what you feel comfortable.
Share what
with.
you feel comfortable with.
To be honest, I think it needs to be shared. Yeah, I attempted to take my life. But taken on board of who that person was that day, from, I like to think of myself as a happy-go-lucky person, and I try and see the positive in the most negative of things. I mean, you can't get much more negative than, for the reasons of attempting to take your own life. Mental health itself is something I've never thought I've suffered from as such. But I'm now led to believe that over many years, there's so many people that don't get two things: a platform like this to share what I'm feeling very vulnerable about sharing, especially the fact that, camera there, I said to my wife earlier, openly apologise for being so down to do that, and to my 3 children I absolutely love dearly. It's tough, and I think that the reason, it's brilliant what you've done here, and the reason I wanted to talk today is projecting the whole point of these Wednesdays that you're opening up.
Yep.
It's important. As a man, it's important to talk. As a human being, it's definitely important to talk. As a husband to a beautiful wife, and a father to 3 wonderful, I say kids, they're older now, but I just want to be vulnerable to show people that it's all right to be, it's
You ain't always got to be the guy.
yeah.
You're right here. You're right here.
It's all right to be low, but it's kids, it's all right to be low.
It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, it's all right to be low. And I've chosen, since knowing that you guys are doing this, and I've chosen to be, do you know what, I'm still here. I've lost too many people to suicide. Too many people. Take
time.
It's tough to be, I think a gentleman said it earlier, it's like, how am I? If everyone else around me is happy, then I'm happy. Now, seeing the world that in open eyes now, and I can honestly say bigger open eyes than I dare say a lot because of the experience I've had, to know how low I got that particular day. I'm going to shout. I'm going to shout out, and I'm going to turn around and say, listen, if someone's feeling down, I don't care who you are, try and find someone to talk. And if that person that you're asking to talk, and I do owe a big apology to someone, if you are listening to this, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you that particular night. I think you know you are, and apologies. But with that given said, it's tough, because if you're feeling low, I don't feel that you've got the strength to be able to, manage to pump that person up, those people up. And I'm understanding the journey I've taken on board of where I was and how low I got, and the beautiful things I've got around me. I kind of went deep into wondering why I was that low that day. I've looked into it quite a lot. Mum, if you're listening, sorry. As a kid, for whatever reason, Mum and Dad like to move around. So I worked it out that I went to 3 different primary schools and 2 different secondary schools. Now, as a kid, I was working, now this mental health, I'm understanding it a lot more. I've dug deep to understand where I was that day. I wanted an answer. And I believe the answer I've come up with is not belonging. The new face, as a kid, I used to get beat up quite a lot. And it got to a stage in my life I thought that was the norm. So I plucked up the courage to talk to my dad and told him what was happening. And he suggested, to take me to my very first martial art class. Not to retaliate, not to be the guy that got beat up, right? I'll have you now and all the rest of it. But he saw at an early age that it was really hard to see his son in a position where my mum and dad chose to, for whatever reason, to move his sister and I about. But it was because I was the new face, and I've always been told, Dan Barnard, yeah, we know him. Bit of a weird kid at school. Always used to keep to himself, this and this. I'm an observer. You know this yourself. I always end up going to the back of the room, and it's
find them in the corner a bit.
Observing and taking energy in and taking everyone's, I suppose in a sense, heartache in, and the seriousness of we're all individuals and we've all gone through something, and understanding that if there's a place like this that's going to be able to help and understand and trying to break down and trying to help you at least feel better, even if it's for that day, because trust me, it takes a lot for me to have got where I'm at today to understand why I attempted what I attempted, and to know that you guys are doing what you're doing for the brilliant reason. So please, I'll say it to camera, if anyone can dig deep, it's worth doing. It really is. And also, I've always turned around and said that a citizen hub should be in all towns. What you've done is absolutely amazing. And I hope I'm not going to draw too much energy from you, because I know you've been here for many hours, but I draw energy from...
I've got all the energy you need.
I draw energy from yourself, because at the end of the day, this is what it's about, community. It's a big deal. It's not... I'm going to say this, I found that it's not for everyone, because the thing is, I call myself a loner, and I'm happy to say that, but it's in a positive way, because the thing is Danny, it's like when you go out for a drive, with my wife, we love it,
Ravers, mate.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
only a
and,
conversation.
and the thing is, it's like, you know, I could be, right, it's weird to say this, and I'm sorry, Linda, but when you're in a room full of loved ones, it's very easy to still feel lonely. And when you feel lonely, I've started to understand, am I lonely because I'm with someone? Am I lonely right here? I could feel like lonely right here. But you know what? When you invited me, I thought, you know what? I'm going to pluck up the courage and talk about, I say my story, my experience. And my experience with life is, yeah, it's heavy. It really is heavy. No matter who you are, no matter what you've got in life, what you've achieved in life, whatever path you've got in life, life is really tough.
It's hard. We've talked about that, haven't we?
But with that given said, it's also beautiful.
Yeah, Dan, we don't know each other. Alex just dragged me up here now, which is fantastic. But that's incredible for you to kind of come up here and share that story, and hopefully that helps. Well, it almost definitely will help so many other people kind of, you know, speak. And that's what it's about today, right? Let's talk and let's.
It's important because the thing is I feel that if I can get up here and tell and be vulnerable like that and be honest, to be able to be helped, you've got to be able to be honest first. That's what I found. And if you're not, I mean, it took me ages to open those doors. My wife said, go in there, go in there, go in there, go in there, go in there. And I was like, you know, I will. And the day I chose, the day I chose to open those doors, I tell you what, I will champion St Neots hub until the day I properly, you know, under wherever I end up. But no, I mean, it's I feel proud.
Thank you for sharing.
I feel proud in the sense of all the places I've moved around and everything. I've come back to St Neots. So it's kind of got to be there's got to be a reason. The fact that obviously you've opened up your doors to so many people that are, you know, it's all right to be vulnerable, and it's all right to be, you know, do I or don't I? Well, I will tell you now, whoever you are, yes, you do. Pluck up the courage, because it takes a lot. Be vulnerable, be honest. Being honest with yourself is the most important thing, because if you can be honest with yourself to start off with, then you'll, trust me when I say this, you'll be more open to the ideas of, do you know what? Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know you offered this. I didn't know you could do this for me. I didn't know this was even here. And St Neots, I think a lot of people have said, oh, Citizens Hub, what's that? I said, well, you've lived in St Neots longer than I have. Go down there and find out. Even if you open the door, oh, okay, yeah, I'll get this. Thanks, boy. If you don't do it, spread the word. Go to the next pub. Go to the Indian. Go to wherever, and turn around and say, open those doors. If you've got a problem, they've got a place where they potentially could help you. Now, I went many years ago done my first fitness instructor's course, and I remember the guy that done the training, and he turned around and said, I haven't got all the answers, but I know someone that I can pass you to. And if I know someone I can pass you to, and they haven't got the answer to the question that's quite in depth to ask, then I know that person could carry on. And I think this is what the community is about personally. This is my intake of what community is about. Is like, no one's got every single answer. If I asked you a question and you've studied this, and this, and it's like the first question anyone's ever asked you, you'd be like, actually, I don't really know, but I know someone that will, and then it's passing on that.
Well, you belong here, man.
Community right there. That's how it works, right?
And it's I hope you quadruple your target, because the thing is, you know, money in itself is a it's a brilliant thing. But I just appreciate you asking me, and I appreciate you giving me the time, because the thing is, even if it's I popped in to see Grace the other day, it's about 3 or 4 minutes. That 3 or 4 minutes, I went out that, and I was like, oh, yes, I'm yeah, this is cool. I say it's corny, whatever people want to think, corny, cheesy, whatever. I walked through those doors, done it earlier, and I'm like, oh man, this is proper energy. What's going on? Now, people that don't understand, I'm very spiritual. People that don't understand that energy in itself is something you can feel. It's like a warm hug. It's a vibe. It's many things. For me personally, this is uplifting, and also I've walked in plenty of hospitals in the time, and you're kind of like this, and then you've got to really pick yourself up. But here, I guarantee whoever's in need on those Wednesdays, whoever's low, whoever's feeling down, whoever's feeling whatever it may be, please, 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 and I champion this all day, please come to here, because I tell you what, these guys will put you in the right direction. And Alex, along with the Samaritans, you've saved my life.
I appreciate it, brother. I love that, man. Thank you very much. You belong here, man. You belong just here. Well, you said earlier you don't belong, or you felt like that when you were younger.
Yeah.
You definitely belong here, man. And I feel it. I see it. I know I'm always busy. I'm around doing, but I see it and I feel it, and that's why I reached out, because it's the lived experience that matters the most, that we need to hear. And again, you sharing that absolutely will give someone strength to do exactly as you ask, whether they walk in here or wherever they feel safe to do, or call that number, whatever you need. Do that, because you won't regret it. As you can see, you won't regret that. And it's great to see you, by the way, just generally, always. Yeah, we're very proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
End of the day, it's the least I can do. And the other thing is I don't know everyone that's, the new people or all the rest of it. But what I do know is, hopefully you know this now, is I'll champion every single one of you.
He does.
And because I think it's a five. Right, why do I do a check-in? Well, it's nothing major. But I'll tell you what, I'm into martial arts and I love Bruce Lee. You throw that pebble in a pond and it doesn't matter what shape that is, it's going to reach someone. And the thing is, it's like, it's worth... Don't condone it. I'm not saying open a door and throw a pebble in, but, you know what I mean? Put your foot in and put your foot in the puddle.
I think there's a lot to be said for pushing yourself out of the comfort zone as well. And obviously that for you, whether it's stepping up on stage or walking through those doors, whatever it is, as soon as somebody does that, they grow in whatever way that might be.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And the thing is, the growth is what you're after, because not only that, this is my personal hope. I've got time, I don't want to ramble.
All right,
the people that are in need of coming through the doors, if like not these doors, other doors, the fact of the matter is think of it like this. I'm just Dan Barnard, and as I've put, I'm a husband and I'm just a father to three. That's me. I like to keep it simple. But I'm gonna take this opportunity to shout myself up, because the thing is, I did walk through those doors, and I'm just Dan Barnard. Whoever's walking through those doors and they've got whatever going on in your life, imagine, I'm just a simple man. Imagine if you've got what you feel is heavy, walk through the doors, lighten the load. If it doesn't get solved, then I guarantee, and I'm going to shout this, I will guarantee. I don't think I'll shout that loud. I will guarantee you'll feel better to start off with, and then after that, isn't it worth just trying? Isn't it worth just trying to come through? And again, if not those doors, there's other doors to open. It really is.
And that's the beauty of having. We talked about the businesses on the high street. I think most doors actually in the high street are open to help if you walk into pretty much anywhere. But I know most of the business owners in this town, and I'd say like 9 out of 10, if not 99 out of 100, are wonderful humans that care about their people and the people in the community. And you must promise that you do come back and speak to me if you need something, or any of the team. Yeah. I know you're on a journey, but you don't have to do it on your own anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, I appreciate it. I really do.
You just got to say okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to give you the long-winded answer. I'm going to wind my wife up right now. No, I'm going to answer that truthfully. It's like, I'm the guy in the back. I'm the observer. But and truthfully, I always know that. We obviously text you every now and again. I know that. But if everyone around the entirety of St Neots is happy, then I'm good. If the knock-on effect of like someone reached out to me in Australia, a friend I know through martial arts, he private messaged me. He goes, Dan, how is it that sometimes you have either a sixth sense or something like that, because you don't do your check-ins on a regular time, but when you do, sometimes when you do your check-in, it's like
when they needed it.
Whoa, what's going on there?
Energy.
And you know, it's a ripple. It's just I'm just one person, you know.
So you might be in a corner, but I can tell you now, Debs will notice you, Grace will notice you, Sue will notice you, Richard will we'll notice you. You may think you're in the corner, you're not alone. We notice. We always see. We see everything, don't we? We're very sneaky like that. Yeah. Don't you worry.
Exactly. I mean, I'll have to correct you there. When I say I'm in the corner,
no, I know.
It's a corner of. I've got words here I live by as like hope and trust. I hope the people that are in the front, hope the people right here. I mean, I'm feeling brilliant. I'm buzzing, and I hope the whole. I hope the whole reason that everyone's taking part of this, someone, if not just, not someone, a lot of people think, do you know what? Actually, this life's great.
Yeah, it is good.
You know,
You are enough.
Yeah, you are enough.
Strong.
Yeah,
Very strong.
yeah, and that goes out to every single person, whoever's watching this right now. Just remember that. 100%. It's a powerful message, but the thing is, you know, we say about where did you get it from and everything like that. The words are powerful, and it's not and it's not frivolous. It means a lot. For me to wear this, I mean, what a night to wear it. I wear it daily, but it's someone come up to me and said, "Oh, you know, it's okay if I took a photo." I said, "Yeah, go ahead. Please keep that. Make me a promise. Keep that photo and share it with whoever you need." Man.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, it's
honestly,
amazing.
Thank you so much for sharing. And you're such a valued member of our community. You really are. Like, we think about you, or we talk about you all the time when we're doing lived experience conversations. It's people like you who, you know, I hear you. You're strong. Man, you're literally so strong. By the way. Whenever you hug Danny, it's like every bit of him's massive. You're just like, why are you so? You're like still, but in there you're a softie, and it's beautiful.
Oh,
and we love it.
It's
nice.
100%.
We appreciate you.
Incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful.
I don't think he was on for long enough as co-host.
Ash, you can stay on.
Look,
He just wants to give him a hug. Just wants to give him a hug. You ain't going now. Ash is hooked. Look, he's in.
Ash
He's
is
in.
staying.
Before you, I'll have to dash. But how do we?
You all right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What you done?
There we go. I saw that happen today. It's not just me, right?
Yeah.
That was, how incredible was that? That was really cool.
Yeah, lived experience
The
at part of
things-
the community.
The things, yeah, that was amazing. I just want to say, I was thinking today, you know, some people might know obviously me from Bohemia, and as I said earlier, we've been at Alconbury today, and every single person I serve, very naturally, how are you? How's your day? You know, what you getting up to? And that's very much a question that I've never felt anyone can realistically say, well, that's a barista behind a bar. Are they going to say, no, I'm not okay? But I want to be a place where someone can come in, whoever it might be, and say, actually, I need help. Or if I'm just asking that question, you know, I ask it over and over and over again. Yeah. How can we be a place where if somebody says that, I'm in a place to help them, you know, because
It's important.
yeah.
And you
that's
feel
important.
equipped to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
And it's that confidence to be able to say, if that question came up, I'm not going to go,
Yeah.
because it's if they can't turn around and they say, what about if they say no? Like, you know, that's a major problem for me.
And obviously,
You know?
for us at Bohemia now you're literally just across the road. It's like, actually, if we're really busy and there's customers behind them, you're thinking, I personally want to stop and talk with whoever that might be and do as much as I possibly can. But now you guys are here. I know in actual fact you guys have got everything that the town needs here
Working
in order to
I wouldn't say we've got everything. I'm
Getting there.
get in there.
The long-term vision is to have an Uber rule here, which is, and I know it's not a great reference talking to someone in hospitality because they're horrible,
Oh yeah.
but the 20, what we want is a 25-minute rule.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
what I want. I want people long-term, and it's an aspiration. We're not there now. I want people to be able to get whatever they need, wherever they need, whatever that is in that moment within 25 minutes of asking for it. Because where we see the issues repeating, we heard it with testing earlier, it's the delay. If someone's plucked up that strength that we've just seen buckets there to ask for help, and you can't provide them
Something.
a step. I'm not talking about the solution. We're not magicians around here, but if you can at the very least offer them something there and there, even if that's a cup of tea and a listening ear, that's fine for now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over time, we really want to develop that in our model. It's important because people like Danny are important to us.
Yeah. Amazing. You guys are smashing.
Are you staying for the next one? Or you?
I'll dash. Look,
Oh, he's off. He's like, nah, I've done the hosting. I'm done now.
He's got his little. Well, you've got a good one. You stay for a good one.
That was incredible.
Absolutely
good.
incredible.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, guys. I'm not going to knock this over again. You stay
Oh,
strong,
all right,
drinking
yeah,
your own tea.
I'm
yeah.
gonna. Thank you. Did you hear about my own tea?
Yeah.
They said about my own tea. I bought my own tea. I bought my own tea. I don't care either. I'm not even apologising. It's my tea. I like my tea. I've got one more tea bag right here.
Okay.
No, but no, because look, my family have come now, so they've bought me tea.
Yeah.
Oi, oi.
Welcome back.
The family's in the back.
Yeah, you'd like to get a seat because with the walk and talk for men have just taken a whole mob on a family torch walk.
Yeah,
and
they've
they'll
all
be mobbing
gone.
us in the next
Yeah.
hour, so you've done well to get a seat in here right now.
Who have we got next, Alex?
I'm really excited about what we got next.
Who is it? I haven't.
Wow,
Yay!
that's amazing. Well done. Come on, keep coming, keep it coming. Please share it, comment. I know we're not on the comments.
No,
I can see them flooding here, and I want to.
Have you not got the iPad up?
But I don't even have the cognitive ability to.
Yeah, I could read it.
Wow, it's over here.
I'm here. Yeah, I can read.
Well.
How
and
long?
and what's hilarious? I think it's. It's all right. No, you've got a much more important job in a second. You'll be with us. Let's have a little look. I'll put it on mute. Beautiful. Some of the words coming through is just absolutely stunning. I don't know, mate.
I've got my blanket.
Oh, there you go. Look, the comments are on the side. That's just Facebook. So if you're on LinkedIn or YouTube, I'm really sorry. I promise you, every year I sit there and I look at every single comment.
So Cheryl says, thanks for being so open, Danny, if you're still here.
Danny, you got some love in there.
Such a personal story. Well done, Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah, the man, the legend, Danny. Yeah, loads of love for Danny.
Beautiful, man.
Nothing from Linda, Danny, you're all right.
Yeah, you're all right. You're blessed.
And Gary's still buzzing from being on earlier.
Go on, Gary.
So much so, you've just been to the gym and set 3 personal bests. Go on, Gary.
That's the energy,
with your
innit?
bad
That's
self.
the energy. Go on.
Yes, love that.
So, the Liveathon, the SpeakUp Liveathon would not be the same without a few OGs.
Yes.
We're going to see a few in the next couple of hours.
Okay.
One of which is a pleasure to introduce Courtney Reeve.
Courtney.
Come and join us on the sofa. Where do you want to sit?
Yes.
I do kind of want to sit next to you. I'm a big fan. Come on. Hello. Welcome back. Come on then, have a little seat here. Let's get that microphone close enough to you. All right, you good? You good? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Hey.
How are you feeling?
Good.
Have you enjoyed it? Have you been? You were on early. I
Yeah,
saw
you
you on
came
early
earlier.
hours. And that. What's been your favourite bit so far?
Oh, little,
Oh, Francesca.
yeah.
Oh, wasn't it amazing? Her story.
That relates similar to what I'm talking about, so yeah. And
That's
also
really nice.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you to shuffle up a little bit to the right, just so this microphone's in front of you? I don't want you to miss what you've got to say. I know you've got some important things to share with us today. Okay.
Yeah.
Want to share? Do you want to show Danny the books?
Let's do that at the
Okay, that's fine.
I want to make sure I've got everything.
You've got everything. You're right. No one's going to steal you sitting here. Like, you're all right. You're good. You're all right. Right, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm blessed. Yeah, we're really good.
He's really tired.
I bet.
But I'm all right.
He's doing all right. That's the sugar. That's the brownie we had earlier.
Wasn't it nice?
No.
You got some notes? That's cool. Well, do you want to? You lead the conversation because I know that you'll have things you want to say. I don't want you to miss them. So you say you can lead the conversation. We're here to be curious.
Yep.
You've got a safe space.
It's your
here.
platform,
You've
Courtney.
got lovely people that want to watch you online and in the room. So you go.
I don't even know how to do this.
Well, how would you like to start?
I don't need to start with like how I talk to the OG. Let's go.
How you got to become
How
an OG.
you got to be an OG of SpeakUp?
Yes.
Yeah, talk about that. Why don't you talk about that? 'Cause we had some lovely memories over the last few years
and
doing
then
this.
I wish we had the picture of me, you and Georgie and
With me, you-
Alex.
There must be somewhere, I'm sure. I won't put it up. Do you want me to tell the story of or some of the trip we took to Manchester together?
Yeah, because I think that kind of where
But if I take it there and then you can take it from there, is that
Yeah.
is that helpful?
Yeah.
So Courtney, it's always just a massive champion of other people, and doesn't want to talk about herself ever. We'd rather
We
talk about a
will.
book or someone else, but we will
We
do.
will be talking about no doubt because I got really terrible conversation that I want to talk about. How do we get a table of inclusion, and how can we balance the hard reality of disability, that although the joy of it, that balance of the isolation, the discrimination, the pain, the bullying, how do you balance that, but also how do you celebrate the joy? And how did that work? And the way I do it is you can't have true inclusion without acknowledging the hard.
Sorry, I just had to take notice of that.
Wisdom.
You cannot acknowledge the inclusion without acknowledging the hard.
Yeah.
You cannot do inclusion well without acknowledging the hard work.
And what I mean by that is there are those that two ancestors
I wasn't
You
gonna
get
stop
to
you.
your bit,
You're
and then
flowing.
yes, we'll carry on.
I'll tell a quick version, all right? So Courtney, again, championing lots of people. And she introduced me to a lady called Georgie. Big shout to Georgie. And so Georgie is in the top 0.00001% of severity of Tourette's. And we got to meet online. And we had a really nice chat, didn't we? The three of us, and we had a few conversations. And I said, fuck it, we're getting her on the Liveathon because it's pretty severe, right? It's constant, physical and verbal. And we couldn't get her on because the day of the Liveathon, they'd had an episode, and they slipped a disc in the back, and really, really complicated. And we got very emotional that night, didn't it? I think I ended up outside with Ian Payne for a long cuddle after that one. But what we did do is we went for a road trip. So we got on a train, didn't we? And we went up to Manchester, and we spent a day with Georgia. We wanted to experience what it was like for her in her life, and we sat in Costa Coffee. I remember it all. We got there. We sat in Costa Coffee, and I was just in awe of the experiences that she'd had, and I didn't know much about Tourette's. There wasn't a film then. All of these things. There's a lot of education now, and so she was sitting in a wheelchair. Had to use a keypad to communicate, but whilst the kind of ticks are going. And we were roaming around. It was just the experience of... So I laughed at something. because she said some funny things, right? It was like...
We weren't laughing at her, we were laughing with her.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
But it was how comfortable she was in allowing that... Because I was just uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable. I was really uncomfortable. Like, she was saying some really funny stuff. Like... It was just really crazy things going on.
And
Anyway,
that
but she
is a-
allowed that, and that's what I'm
That
saying.
is
you know.
a really good point, and I think lots of people, they struggle with inclusion, true inclusion, because they think that they have to be, they can't deal with the
Discomfort of it.
exactly, and when you had people who had Tourette's and they had tit-a-tat, I have really good friends who have Tourette's and they have really severe tit-a-tat and they end up in hospital. And I did that and I watched it and it's hard.
That's
It
heartbreaking.
makes me cry, not because that I die. And I'm going back to my original point is, if I didn't acknowledge the tit-a-tat, the seizures, the really hard stuff, I'm not fully including them. You took the way people think that inclusion is just what we're going to be talking about with Alex, then that's on. But even with include,
Who are on next?
they've done really hard stuff that we had to acknowledge and to talk to make it work. We had, I don't want to say the word, but we do have, sorry, long day. And so I think that done people who think, oh, inclusion is just what you put in place. No, it's actually acknowledging the isolation, the bullying, the rejection, so all this comes with the disabled experience, and the disabled experience isn't one of hate or not hate. It's not easy. But on the flip side, we can't just focus on the hard. It's that talent that is really hard sometimes, and that ability to just be like, okay. But also, it's another thing. A lot of disabled people feel like a burden. I know I do. I feel like a burden sometimes, but sometimes you had to, when you acknowledge the hard stuff, acknowledge like to attack these years, meltdown, sensory issues, all the whatever it is, medical appointment, that hard, they're important because processing it and processing with people who really want to understand what you've gone through. So a lot of people say to me, oh, I don't see your disability. I hate it when people say that.
We can share something like that, girl. Like, I don't see colour. You've got a bit of a problem if you don't see it, because you're then not acknowledging the difficulties that you are living with your disability, right?
Exactly.
And that's why it's really important to acknowledge it and not ignore it and not pretend as if it's not there. Yeah. Because if you ignore it, pretend it's not there, then you're not acknowledging your lived experience. And that's super important when we're talking about lived experience as well, acknowledging that 100%. Difficulty.
Yeah. It's like you say, it's just being like you've just got to. For me, it's just like, you know, that's for you. I'm here with you. That's that. But what I can do is maybe I can open a door, hold space, or share some tools, share some contacts. Yeah. That's what this is all about, right?
And it's funny. We talked earlier on to Francesca and her.
Yeah, it was a real moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, and she was talking.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
It was brilliant. She was phenomenal.
No, I will. I need to.
Yeah, I'll be watching that a few times.
She talked about her experiences. People being people, and either being outright cruel about her children or ignoring the fact that they have she has additional needs, and both of them are out of order. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like either not ignoring it and pretending it's not happening, or going that extra step and kind of pulling out some of the stuff they were saying, which was shocking to us. I think Alex got very, very annoyed. I don't know what time of the day it was, but you were proper pissed at that point. It's unnecessary.
So what would be interesting to know from you, Courtney, so in that situation, we talk about Fran, but maybe from your own lived experiences and the communities that you're part of, because I know you're such an advocate, you're like in it, I love it, you're a fighter. If and when you correct that behaviour in that moment, do you see an acceptance in response, or do you?
I think it varies. I think it varies because some people are just not willing to that at all, or they pity that acceptance, and I think a lot of people don't realise that those things are hard, or they are like, oh, it doesn't matter. Or they exclude on purpose because it's easier to do it. Danielle, I'm not saying that they want to black experience that do you find that people did include you, like exclude you, just because you're black?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I think when we're talking about this, and it's a very interesting conversation. We're talking about, and we mentioned earlier on, the protected characteristics under the Human Rights Act, right? And the protected characteristics will be things like disability, race, gender, all of these things which are protected under human rights law. Just because it's protected doesn't mean it doesn't happen, right? So it's that understanding of course we have these things because we're kind of taught to understand things through a neurotypical, straight, all of it, just like one robot kind of person that doesn't exist, which is why these conversations sometimes become so boring, because it's like everybody's an individual. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's an individual. And if we were looking at things from a person-centered approach, we probably wouldn't be having these conversations. But even in 2026, we're having conversations about stuff that's been in the public arena for hundreds of years now. Do you know what I mean? Like, we are aware of these things. And certainly in the most recent times, like 40, 50, 60 years, there's no excuse. No. There is enough information now, right?
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm with you for that.
And I think also a lot of people think that disability or racism is all negative. That is not joy to be had, and I really wanted to do something that would help you understand that, because it is really hard then to grasp. And I may not be the best at explaining it.
Well, we're here for it.
But it's why I wanted to do something for everyone here.
Okay, cool. Yeah? Yeah, lovely.
But it's why I'm taking away these two books.
That's lovely.
Nice.
And Dr. Brown and Hotel. They are...
I'll hold them up for you. I'll be a glamorous assistant.
They are...
I'll stick them on here, look. I'm not sure I can hold a smile with keep my eyes open at the same time.
And so they are written by the same title, Tackling and J Rules. They include that it touches the whole suffering and whole joy.
Absolutely.
So Catherine, when she was 23 years old, experienced a traumatic stroke, an ATM rupture that she wasn't aware of, and she became severely disabled. Then, through headache, because she's a Christian, so am I, she found healing not in the digital, she was disabled, that spiritually, and she wanted an amazing charity in the US called Hotels, and they want residential camp tour and the disabled community, that not just the people with disability, but the mum, the dad, the parents, the siblings. And I could not be here talking about the hard truth of disability and the choice without giving you guys some resources to help you acknowledge that in a deeper way than what I can explain. So those two, and I don't know how you want to do it, Alex. You can do it however
I've got
you
a
want.
little bit of decision fatigue, just not gonna lie. A little bit of decision fatigue.
Well, we can hold them and we can think about a way of...
We can clip that up. So we clip that up and we'll stick it up on our LinkedIn's, our Facebook, whatever, and we'll say, comment, whatever you want them to comment, and then we'll get rid of
pics.
And most importantly, that will help you get that message out, which is a lovely, powerful message. Yeah, well, we circulate books here. That's very true.
Sure.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's cute.
And time. And one of the things I want to do, and I wanted to kind of talk about it at the end, and I know we got include turning in.
Yeah, I'm going to set that up in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
I got a video to play as well, which I'm looking forward to.
Include. Let me talk about include.
Okay.
Because actually I really didn't handle this conversation really well. So include is a choir. I don't want to say too much because then Alex won't have anything to say. And the include is a national choir for people with communication and understanding difficulties. They are absolutely amazing.
Lovely people.
And they work so hard in doing the good and hard. Meaning that their choir is joyous. I do it online so they are based in Surrey, and what a lot of that then is stories. Next year, whenever, I want you to meet the people. If you didn't Georgie the Nathan, the choir is the stories of the didn't have. One, and the diagnosis range one SND, autism, Down syndrome, and epilepsy, mental health, and the list on. So they really had a lot of challenges when it comes to presiding inclusive spaces, but the native workers that they had families that really work together, like the people in the include, they work together to make it work. And they not always work, and they're doing some really hard times in them. And they still struggle with some of the more harder decisions that they don't do. You don't hear Alex and Dory.
Christine and I, because I get quite into the depths of understanding these, and I was really hooked by them actually. I think we'll be on in 5 minutes, so I'll get that set up in a minute. Would you have a chat for 5 minutes with Danielle while I get that set up and get Alex ready? Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're here. By the way. I really am.
I really need to do the world, Alex.
Bless your heart.
What I will say is,
this goes, yeah. This goes, yeah. You say what you want to say.
One thing that I think you're really good at, Alex, and I think like writing you clip, is that we are so community orientated. We don't love people and we love communities, and we want to bring people into that. And I think conversations like conversations we are having around disability inclusion, the hard, the isolation, all that, and we can talk one-to-one if you need that, or whoever needs that. That is going to make sure that people don't feel isolation. They don't deal with discrimination. It's 2026 and I still know people who that are to leave public places due to disability reasons or active reasons. In 2020, then I do know people being told that they are dating. I do know in 2026, then we do have these conversations.
We have them here.
Yep.
You look after Daniel. Honestly.
You're just gonna have to look after me because I'm like, woo. So while we wait for Alex to sort out the tech, Alex, can you see that? Are you sure you can see it? Like, are you, like, is it making any sense anymore?
Can someone get me my hoodie? I need my hoodie for the next day.
Yes, I need one. She's got her own, I think.
Just a couple of comments.
Yeah, go for it.
So this is from Jackie. Do you remember Jackie?
Yeah.
You remember Jackie? So she said, there she is, Courtney. So glad we finally met. Been waiting since 2022.
Oh, wow.
And then lovely Donna here. So regardless of who you are, someone should always look past what and who someone is, and look past any difficulties or conditions someone has. Inclusion for everyone is important, including what Danielle is saying. And then this is what community's all about.
Yeah.
Courtney, you are a legend. You got all the love there for you. Let's get some more Courtney friends on. So I'm really excited about this next segment. Let me do that.
Is it video, Alex?
Yes, yeah, video in.
Nice.
And then we've got a video to play. I think they're going to teach us some stuff.
Oh, gosh. Going to get us moving around, which I'd probably need.
I'm not sure. But that could be fun too.
Yes.
Take your blanket off.
No. It's my husband giving me instructions over there. It's my comfort blanket, love. You know, at home I have a blanket as well. And I'm like, oh, I love my blanket.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Do you have any questions? Sorry.
No, do you know what? I don't have any questions. I think what I love about what you've just been talking about is that whole understanding of acknowledging difficulties and also making time for joy.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, people find it difficult. They always focus on the negative. We know that.
I
But
don't-
there is a joy to be had in the experiences that you can have, right?
I don't think it's that. I think what they either do one or the other. And I think for me, a lot of people do like I did. They do like a third thing. Like I'm going through something in my personal life that I won't go into, and it has made me do like a third thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And the way I would really do like maybe is that a lot of the time when we talk about inclusion, we talk about easy inclusion.
And not hard inclusion. And this is hard inclusion.
It is hard, and it like when Alex went to Manchester, or when we applied to that Georgian Golden Age, it wasn't like, okay, we want to do this out of pity. It's about making sure that everyone at all times had equal access to
it, yeah.
to it.
Exactly.
But also, here's the thing. The reason they did at the deal, because it was at the deal, the
Courtney. Oh, is he? Are they all coming in? They're all coming in. Is everyone coming in?
Get involved. Are they all coming in?
Are they all coming in, Justin?
Now's a really good time.
Yeah, because we're segueing.
Transition to something fun.
Yeah, they can get involved as well, though, can't they, Courtney? There
Yeah,
you go.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to get full up now. You lot. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to have to say goodbye to
Alright,
my
let's
family.
have, we don't need to see what that dies.
Good timing, gents. Good timing. See that, my man? back, Jen. Just in time for inclusion.
Boys are back in town.
Right, are you good? Yeah, are you good?
Yeah, we're good. You're not ready yet?
Okay, oh, you got your jacket already. Oh, you got your include jacket, is it? Oh, that's cute. Need a hand for that? You alright? Yeah, you good? Okay. Do you guys want to get a drink before we do this next bit? Because we'd love you to be a part of this with
Yes.
Courtney. We've got include coming on that are going to teach us something.
Yeah. So, before we start, I want to talk about how I found out about Include. So I found out about Include through Instagram.
Okay. Instagram crew.
So, yeah, absolutely. That's how I found out about this, to be honest.
Yes.
And so Include is the doctor has joined, and Include is a choir doctor with communication needs and disabilities. So they also work with anyone with any level or communication needs. And I reconnected with an old friend who has one of the diagnoses that Include work with. And I talked to this person and I wrote diagnosis. I talked to this person for 1 week, and before she got the diagnosis, she was the community person for our whole community. She was organising events, organising concerts, everything. And
Are you ready? You happy with that bit?
Yeah, no, so, yeah, Courtney was telling us how she got involved.
It will be 20 minutes and then this is important for Courtney. 20 minutes of it or 20 minutes? 20 minutes of it. Yeah, it's important for Courtney. If we can get involved, that will be really much appreciated. Welcome, Matt. How are you doing? Yeah, good. I think so.
how are you?
We're here. We're here for it. Okay, cool. Right, so this works.
Hey, Alec, welcome to the Liveathon. Oh.
They'll hear you in a second. Okay, you should be able to hear now. Try it, Courtney.
Hey, Alec.
Can you hear and see us, Alex?
Oh, I can see
I
you. I
can't hear you.
Oh, yes, I can now.
Yeah, got you. That's it.
And hello, Holly. Holly is one of the Include members, and we so happy to have Holly here.
Hey, are you going to come on camera for us, Holly, or you want to stay incognito? Hopefully in there. Hopefully you can see me okay. Oh, sure. Holly's joining us silently for now.
So, I came across the Include, and I came across.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Hello, you too, Alex. Hi.
Hey,
Holly, there you go.
we appreciate you bearing with our setup. Obviously, we're looking at you here, but you're looking at us here. It's all very complicated.
It's
but we're
very
gonna
confusing. It's all right. We'll just smile and wave, won't we, Holly?
That sounds ideal. That sounds ideal. Well, look, you know the floor. We just
Floor is
had
yours.
half an hour with Courtney, who's really G'd you up. You had a really good warm up, Pax. That's for sure. So, and you've got behind the camera all the walk and talk for men community who send their love, who are walking over 800 miles for us this week to raise money for Wellness Wednesday as well. So, yeah, big up to Walk and Talk for Men as well.
Fantastic stuff. We have a stroll and sign service. That's 800 miles though. I don't know. Holly, what do you reckon? Do you reckon we could get that going? Yeah. Okay. You set us a challenge. Walk and talk, man. We're gonna have to see what we can do.
Nice to meet you guys.
What I love about Include and how I found Include is working with kids with disabilities like I had. It's very rare to demonstrate that knowledge what we were talking about in a really positive totally great. And the people I have now worked at include like Holly and some of the other people like Amelia and Deb and Ellie and Ellie T and the list goes on. You would be amazed, and I'm so really anxious. I do honour that and Alex.
Which Alex?
Alex
This Alex, obviously.
Alex had become like a really good friend to me and had just really believed in me and really had made me do and taught it even though I lived not able to read when I played. And I'm really going to your art now.
Yeah,
But
you're
you
all right.
guys
Tell us
need
about...
to hear about the play. These guys are amazing. What they are doing is amazing. And these guys are changing the world.
Yeah, go on. There's a biggie. Well done, Courtney. Big up.
Oh, thank you, Courtney. We are very, very lucky that Courtney's joined us because obviously we're a little way away from yourselves there in St Neots. We're over in Surrey, and one of the wonderful things that happened out of the pandemic, for all the horrible things it brought, was this kind of whole new world of being on screens and being able to speak to people who are a long way away, and being on social media and all of that. So the fact that Courtney found us. It's just brilliant, and I have to say, without wishing it to become like this big up Courtney, big up Alex, you know, we don't want to do that, but she is amazing, and thank you, Courtney, for involving us in this today. Thank you, Alex, for accepting us to be here, and if it's okay, I'll speak a little bit about why I started up Include. We'll hear a bit from Holly, if you're happy, Holly, to talk a bit about your experience in the choir. I will come to you. And then if, I don't know, it's very hard because I can't see who's out there, but if you guys are up for learning some Liveathon signing, possibly having a bit of a song, maybe sharing a video, this all remains to be seen, then we'll do that if that's okay.
That sounds wonderful.
Fantastic. So Include is all about communication. And our aim is to raise awareness of communication need, communication difference, to improve people's understanding of what things you can do to help, to build confidence in people with communication needs, and to train up as many people as possible to be really good communication partners, which means respecting and acknowledging the fact that people might communicate differently to just talking or just writing, and they might need some other bits of help as they go along. Stuff that we can all do, but we might not always remember, and we might sometimes feel a little bit embarrassed or a little bit scared, and not just give it a try about including somebody. My own personal background, so this is the reason that I set up Include. My personal experience, my dad was diagnosed with a brain tumour when he was 49, and he lost the ability to speak. And so I was about 25, and I was watching this guy who was, I always use this phrase, it's true, first at the bar, last off the dance floor. That was my dad. He was a big personality. And his world really changed when he had communication difficulties. So I got a real sense about what it was like if you couldn't get your point across easily, and how people might treat you differently, and how isolated you could be, and how that could impact on your mental health and your well-being. And the following year, my grandfather had a stroke, and my grandpa had been a bank manager. So, you know, quite a dignified guy, used to being in control, you know, being respected. And his stroke affected the part of his brain that processed language. So he was still very fluent. He spoke very clear, you know, you could understand the words, but the words were all jumbled up. And his ability to make sense of the words that we said to him was jumbled. And so life became very scary for him, and again, very isolating and very confusing. And so I got this kind of sense of like these men that were very central in my life, the impact that communication needs had on them. So I trained as a speech and language therapist, and I worked in the NHS for a long time. I worked as a safeguarding adults lead, which meant that I was working with anybody where there might be risks of abuse and, you know, difficult things. But what really struck me was that if you had a communication difficulty, then things were much harder. It was much harder to get people to listen to you. You're much more likely to be on your own and to be struggling with all these, the things that life throws at us. So I left the NHS. I left the NHS when I was on maternity leave, actually. So my son, who's now 10, I set up, and I thought, well, what can I do? What can I do differently? How can I make more people know about inclusive communication? Because that was my sense, was that doctors didn't know about it, and social workers didn't know about it, and families didn't know about it. And so, well, first thing I learned about was music. So my first degree before I trained as a speech therapist was in music. And music has always been a big passion. I think it's important for so many people. I don't know, Holly, is music something that's important in your life?
Yeah, I love music.
So Holly's one of our choir members. Never get her on the party bus. She's sings beautifully, but she won't let you not. You can't get away without singing. She's very, very good in everybody involved. Is that fair, Holly? Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Holly's a fantastic advocate for us. So she's been performing places. Where have we performed, Holly?
G-Live.
Yeah, G-Live was a good one. So in Guildford, went up to Westminster, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was the party bus one, wasn't it? The first party bus. So all sorts of places. And I think, is it fair to say, Holly, that when you come off of the stage that you've usually got a big smile on your face and you've been out there in front of people, telling people what you think with some of the songs that we've learned, making choices about the songs that we sing and being heard? Is that fair?
Yeah.
So that was what I thought, and that was kind of what I was thinking, was that music's a really good way of not just bringing people together, which is the other thing I think is, Holly, when we see you in choir, there seems to be a lot of friends that you've made at choir and people that you know. So music works to bring people together, to build friendships, but also to let people know that we're there, and and let people know what our message is. We write some of our own songs and we perform other ones that people choose. So there's all sorts of ways of doing that. So that's what I thought, was that music's really good for this. That's where I started. Speech and language therapy is where I am now. Set up a choir and use Makaton signing, which is one of the things that we use. We use objects of reference. So some people, objects are easier than signs or words. So we have some people who will get a lot from an object of reference, maybe not so much from the words themselves. We make easy read letters, so everything's hopefully easy to understand. Are they generally okay, the easy read letters, Holly? Checking live. Good, thank you.
I'm trying to say that although everything they do, including the easy read, are all done in collaboration.
Nice.
And it's really important because actually, like we've been talking about earlier, the oriented are important, and Include that. Include don't just had non-disabilities to do everything. It really is collaboration. They had doing trustees, the chanting group. They make sure that everyone without the learning ability or communication needs had their own day in what they enjoy and what they don't enjoy about the services. And I think that's why people love coming to Include, because the only of the young people, not young people, the only people with disability communication needs. It's the first time in their lives that someone actually hears what they have say about what they do.
Co-design, right? Co-design and collaboration in terms of lived experience is phenomenal. Yeah, brilliant.
Love that.
Really important. Thank you, Courtney. It's good to hear. So our board of trustees, in the last couple of years, we've changed to a board with people with lived experience, and we've learned so much. There's so much more we still can do. We don't get it right all the time, but I've got to say that a lot of our members and volunteers, champions, lived experience trustees, they know better than us, so it would be really silly not to be listening. And yeah, it's been still a learning experience, but it's great to hear, Courtney, that's coming across and working.
I only been part of Include in November, was it, when I joined?
I think so.
So when I was recently joined the Include community, so honestly, I try not to not even part of it now. Like, I'm wearing it with pride.
She's repping you, like, she's got the
Branded
branding
up.
on everything.
Yeah.
And I don't enjoy it. I just people in that room. And don't enjoy it. I teach like Holly and people, the other people that you don't do. I wish that we had more time to go into some of these people here and ruin these. They are.
Courtney, you do this to me every time.
Mate, you ain't alone, mate. It means an Alex thing.
And we have not got any sleep. Like, we're properly emotionally wrecked right about now. Yes.
It's a wonder. I'm not surprised. I mean, I spoke to Courtney earlier on today, and she was telling me about the amazing. I haven't managed to see any of them yet because it's been a bit of a bonkers day. I'm really looking forward to getting onto the YouTube and seeing some of the other speakers and things, because bless you, Courtney. I think what you're doing today is so important in terms of inclusion, in terms of feeling left. There's nothing like that feeling of left out. And I'm very lucky. I haven't had a communication need myself. I did have an accident where I wasn't able to communicate very easily, and that was really hard. But I do remember what it was like at school when people weren't very nice for whatever reason. And that feeling of being on your own and being left out is horrible. And for people with communication needs, it seemed like the biggest thing and the most important thing to try and address. So although I hate seeing you emotional, Courtney, but I'm happy to hear that it's important that what we're doing, and I think it's very similar to what's happening in the Liveathon today, is include all the voices, hear all the voices, and listen to those people who maybe don't always get a chance to speak up. So thank you for bigging us up on that, Courtney.
Entirely about the young people. No, I think the young people is anyone but include. I am really sorry.
16 and up. We do work in schools too, but not so much.
What I really love about Include is people. The story. There's actually a lot of people with on their diagnosis that they were ashamed, they were embarrassed, they were like they need to hide away. And what Include does is actually and that's what really got me involved in Include, is that when I found out about Include and I heard one of the stories that I wrote today that I didn't know who I'm talking about, it really gave me hope, because I don't think when I just received the same diagnosis as one of the clients did, and she was ashamed of the way with the tips and the outburst, and the other client is sitting there with a work teaching plan and having the diagnosis, and she is also about it and is being included and celebrated and able to just see herself in public. So people who do that and hear her story, and then they may know someone been diagnosed or had developed the diagnosis because she said her age, they won't feel ashamed because they do what's possible. And that's what really unique about Include, is that they really champion that. Champion is a word they use a lot, but they really champion the ability to just take a story, take a person, and make it okay. And the person I wrote there here is actually a who's inspiration to donate to the choir, because you do what they go through every day and they show up and they bring joy. And that's not just one person, that's every person in the choir brings that same joy. And yeah.
Thank you, Courtney. You're absolutely right. And I think you mentioned earlier on when we spoke earlier on, Courtney, we were talking about the sort of difference that people have. And communication's one of those things that actually 1 in 5 people in the UK will experience a communication difficulty within their lifetime. And that's for loads and loads of different reasons. It might be because you've got a learning disability and that's something that's a challenge you're facing all your life, or it might be that you have an acquired condition like my dad and my grandpa did, or it might be you have something in childhood that you grow out of. But 1 in 5 people is a massive number of people, and in some ways it's wonderful hearing Corey, your enthusiasm, but it would be wonderful if it wasn't so different. If it was like, if we have people with all sorts of different levels of learning disability who bring, as you say, that huge amount of joy. We've got a lady who didn't speak very much when she joined us, speaks a lot more now, but is able to just fill a room with joy both by...
If you want to know who we're talking about, look for the lady who is jumping up and down.
Yeah, I know, and she will involve anybody, and she doesn't need words. She's just her body language, her smile, her everything. We had the mayor visit one time. I don't know if you remember. Which mayor was it, Holly? I can't remember if you were there for that one, but we had one there. She grabbed his hand and was just jumping up and down all the way through. He had the biggest smile on his face, and mayors, we like to get mayors involved. We give them an air guitar, we get them to play mayor guitar, as we call it. But they somebody who maybe you would normally come into contact with somebody with a different need, and suddenly, without words, just by respecting the form of communication, that body language, all of that, suddenly there's a connection, through shared music, through just having a bit of time to spend with somebody. You can see the value in the amazing uniqueness of every single person that's there, and that's something which I love. It varies hugely as to go into who's there that night. We have different sorts of choirs, different events, all of that, but it will always capture something that maybe we don't see that often, like people all together just being accepted for who they are. I was talking before this, I had our volunteer training. We've got some new volunteers coming on board, and I was talking about an event before your time, both of you actually. We went and sang at a hospital. If you ask Josh will tell you about it, because he remembers it, because it was hilarious, because there was roadworks at St Bart's Hospital, and the coach that we were coming on to sing couldn't stop anywhere. The coach driver wouldn't stop, so he just kept driving round and round bits of London with me hopping off a bus, going, I can't find the door, hopping back on a bus and hopping around. So it was a little bit of a stressful one. We ended up they had to reorganise the whole conference because we couldn't get in. So we were late starting. So it could have been a real disaster area of a conference. And it was an important one. It was something... Oh, lovely. So it was an important one for us. It was something called the Leader Conference, which is about improving healthcare for people with learning disabilities. And they very, very kindly arranged everything for us. But this was like heads of social services and heads of medical care, NHS and all of that. And we sang a song called the Battle Hymn of the Mental Capacity Act. The Mental Capacity Act is the law which protects the rights of people with communication needs, and says that they should be given information in a way that they can understand. Hello, Amelia. And they should be given to speak. Yeah. We're just talking about the Battle Hymn of the MCA, Amelia. And we went and sang this song, you take time to get to know. I say hello and give your name. And we got everybody up. We had a standing ovation from all of these people in the NHS for our guys who were singing there, with all sorts of different communication needs. Some had epilepsy, some had a visual impairment, some had Amelia, 3 times. We got many Amelias. We were able to jump off. And then we were in the car.
Yes, sorry, I haven't got them off.
So sorry. That's one of the other amazing things about the Include Online experience. We've had people on cars, people on trains, and Amelia is the one person who joined us from a plane before it took off, I hasten to add. But people don't like to miss the sessions. So thank you for coming tonight.
Why don't we start teaching people a little bit of the inner world?
Absolutely. I think that would be a fantastic plan. So we have a song which I'm hoping we're going to be able to share on video for you after we've taught you a bit of. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We think you're right. We're going to keep the sign teaching because it's difficult when I can't see everybody. But it's a song that was written. Thank you. It was a song that was written while we were in lockdown. It was written by our accompanist, an amazing lady named Sue, and her daughter, who's a lady with Down syndrome called Louise. And they wrote this song, and it's about recognizing the fact that there's things in the world that are the same for all of us and that we all share. And it's a visual song. It's about colours, but it's really interesting that even our members with a visual impairment still love this song, and that says something about the power of music and the power of it to involve everybody, even if it's something which could seem a little bit exclusive. So the words start with "I see colours in the rainbow." So I'm just going to get you to do the sign for colours, if you wouldn't mind. So this is the sign for colours. Thank you, Holly and Amelia. Brilliant. That's it. And then a rainbow. You just draw a rainbow with your finger and thumb. That's it. And then it says, "I see stars in the sky above." Stars. Thank you, Amelia. Amelia's off with the stars. Holly and Amelia, do you want to do the... Yeah, lovely. There's your stars. You can have as many stars as you like in the sky above. All the beautiful colours. Can you remember colours? Absolutely. That I see, making everything bright in my world. And the sign for world.
That one down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we got, I see colours in the rainbow. I see stars in the sky at night. And then it's all the beautiful colours that I see, and so it's just from your eye, making everything, yeah. Don't worry too much. We're not going to get everybody, we're not expecting amazing. What we want is when people learn the signs, there's something about just getting it right and just being part of something. It feels really good. So if you don't remember any signs, doesn't matter, just enjoy the video. If you just remember one, fantastic. That's one sign that you might be able to use with somebody with a learning disability or a hearing impairment. And I should say that Makaton signing, which is what we're using, is not the same as BSL, but it helps when used with speech. So that's what you're doing, basically. The chorus, in my world, these are the colours that I see in my world. So really, really easy. You could definitely, if you don't do anything else, you've got a world. And if all else fails, I've got one behind me. There we go. Our world then. And I think, to be honest, I'm just going to, I'm going to see if I can share the video now. Hopefully it'll share. Good point.
Yes, I can hear you talk to me. I like
Amelia's amazing.
I like helping on the Tuesday morning. Not Tuesday morning. I mean Tuesday evening. Sorry, it's not working. And I like helping Alice do Liveathon.
And what
And I like meeting new people.
You like doing with people, and then it's like a party every Wednesday.
And Tuesday. Amelia goes to the Tuesday one
and
as well.
Tuesday, honestly, yeah. And Holly,
Yeah.
how had Include helped you?
Confidence.
being part of the Include help you?
It's help with confidence.
It's been wonderful to see your confidence grow, Holly. It really has. It's been right up the front at the University of Westminster, telling people what they should be doing and singing.
It is just 2 or 200 people who are endowed in Include. And we thought, 200 people that they are, it had been on a donated when 2 or 200 people, because Include is what the world really needs. Oh yeah.
Thank you so much. Courtney, you're doing a fantastic in the room job. I've got no idea if this next thing is going to work, but I'm going to press some buttons. Apologies if it ends badly. We'll just sing it for you anyway. I'm going to see if I can get this to share. Now, can you tell me if this is playing where you are, Courtney? No. Let me just see if I can try again. It's going to not behave itself. I don't want to go out with a whimper rather than a bang, and I know you've got the next person on. Okay. I think let's try that. Is that any good? Hey. Fingers crossed for the audio. I know you've got someone else coming. Let's see. Oh, no, don't. Oh, will it let me play it? Is that playing okay? Hey, we'll just do a tiny bit because I know you've got the next person coming. But here are some of our members of Include. I see colors in the rainbow. I see stars in the sky at night. All the beautiful colors that I see making everything right in my world. In my world, these are the colors that I see. In my world. Do you need me to stop it there? Maybe to get on stage. And there we go. I'll fade that out. In my world. So for all of you, in whatever world you are in tonight, I just wanted to say a big thank you for involving us and including us. Wish you all the best. Wish you good health, good happiness. Have a fantastic rest of the day. And thank you so much for including us. Thank you, Amelia. Thank you, Holly. And thank you, Paul. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well done.
Sharing.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you very much. We will jump off for the next person. Thank you.
Bless you. Thank you so much. And thank you in the room as well for sticking with us.
Thank you. And the Makaton sign for goodbye. We can all do that one. Cheerio, everybody. Thank you.
See you
later.
Thank you so much.
Right, Courtney, thank you so much for bringing all that love and joy for us today.
That was amazing.
And the books. It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Should we get on to the next guest now? We've got a schedule to go. We've got 4 hours to go.
I think she's off my job.
Guys,
Frankly, yeah, it's amazing.
I've got half an hour.
Let's switch the stream up. While we get our next 2 guests on it. Thank you, and thank you all for that.
Yes, who's on? Who have we got next?
James and Matt.
James and Matt.
Yes.
Oh, of course you can. Yes. How are you? You got your blanket?
Should we cover that over?
I don't worry. I might get some questions asked, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I've been inviting people into my blanket all afternoon. Oh, wait, who? Yes. Yeah.
James are going to love to do that. You hate running, so you'll hate it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to not going to lie. Well, no, they can sit. You can sit.
Oh, do you want me to?
Yeah, you can sit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that works, doesn't it? Yeah. If you guys sit there with Matt and James, one of you sits on the other one side.
Good to see you, mate. How you doing? You okay?
Give me a tight squeeze.
No.
Come on, lads, it's alright, mate. I'm only little. How you doing, mate? Alright. What side do you fancy, Jazz? Which one?
Go on, you can squeeze it. Try and squeeze up a touch more.
That's what we do. Running club.
Running club, yeah. So something that's going to really impact the community.
This is Jazz. Nice to meet you, Jazz.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
How are you? Right? No. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So it's kind of targeted most of things.
It's nice and cozy.
Slightly different to the other running club.
So what is it you
Guys,
guys
got 5 minutes, so I've heard this. I think it's brilliant. These guys are doing something like community that links into the wellbeing Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Link up. I love how snug you are.
Yeah, I'm trying to so cozy.
trying to give this man some room there.
Can you guys? So you've got some lovely people in the room here. We all want you to win. What you're doing is amazing. We've got those people online that are watching. We've got Matt and James here, our next guests, who are going to love what you're doing. Share.
Sure.
So say it's yours. 5 minutes.
Okay, so we're Manic Run Club, a new run club based in St Neots in collaboration with the Citizen Hub. Okay, so it's all based around mental health, okay, and community. So that's the kind of two core things that we're focusing on. We want to build a community of runners who want to stick together, okay, and build. It's not about running fast. It's about having a good time, talking with people, and yeah, just having a good time, really. Do you want to expand?
Yeah, there's a bunch of run clubs that I've been to where people turn up, they just gun it, you know, and there's no real sense of community. You end up running on your own sometimes, and we really want to make sure everyone runs as a group. There's 3 of us, so 3 different paces, and we want to make sure everyone runs together. And afterwards, we come back here and have a coffee, you know, have a bite to eat or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's important about our club. After the run, obviously, for your standard run club, you just go, you just leave. We want people to stay around, have a coffee, have a drink, have a bite to eat. So we're going to bring cakes, we're going to bring nice snacks, that kind of thing. And it's about talking as well. So like Jazz said, it's not about going at a really fast pace. It's just taking it nice and easy, exercising, okay, and just talking, okay, just having a chat. Because I feel like we don't really have the opportunity to do that, especially sort of 18 to sort of 30-year-olds. There's no real sort of platform for that. If you want to have that bit of exercise, but also want to talk to people as well, rather than just sitting at home, going on your phone after work, that kind of thing. So this is going to be on like a Wednesday evening. Okay, so after work, obviously people don't want to, you know, exercise. It's dark outside. It's cold. We want to encourage people to come out and actually get something done and do something productive, rather than just sit at home, put a box set on, go on your phone, go on TikTok, that kind of thing.
So why are you doing it? What's it called, and what can we as a community do to help you?
Okay, so it's called Manic Running, okay, or Manic Run Club. We're doing it because we want to feel like we're making an impact in the community, okay? We've all grown up in St Neots. We've all got, passion for running. There's other clubs that are out there which, they do their own thing. There's Riverside Runners and things like that. They're focused on speed. They're focused on, getting the run done and getting, the best sort of times that you can get. This is slightly different. It's for people who want that exercise, but they want to do something else as well. They want to build a community. They want to talk to people, get to know people, make friends, make relationships.
Just to go into the name again, it's called Manic Run Club. But the reason for that is because before a run, you have a sense of mania. You have 1,000 thoughts going on at once. You're overwhelmed, anxious, and after a run, you feel kind of cool. Things have slowed down in your head, and that's the main reason for the name.
Nobody's ever gone for a run and felt worse afterwards. Unless you get injured. Yeah. Unless you get injured, of course.
Any sport as a whole, any sport as a whole is good for them. I think that's an awesome thing to do.
Well, you guys. Well, we can hit when you get back. Go on to Facebook, put the links in our comments.
Yeah.
We'll pick up these clips off the back of this and share it out.
For sure. So we've got Instagram, we've got Gmail, we've got Facebook, that kind of thing. So we're getting the ball rolling now. Hopefully, yeah.
Citizen Lounge. We've got a WhatsApp group that's growing today. So anyone who's been on the stage, amazing. From MPs to people, these amazing include guys. The guys on the stage now, we have 40, 50 of us that will all be part of this Citizen Lounge. It's all about connecting these ideas. So we'll get you guys involved in that.
Awesome.
Right.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Thanks for having us.
You can breathe again now.
Well done, gents.
Do you want to move up, Alex? You want to sit this side?
Oh, is it? Yeah.
There you go, bud. Cheers. And you.
I'll kick this one off, shall I?
Come on. She's probably fallen asleep in the toilet. No, she was just there. Ash was bored her to death in about 2
What you
seconds.
got there? Cake. Come on.
How was your sandwich?
Oh, mate. I was eating it. I ate the brownie.
What?
It's there.
Too much flavour in it.
I nearly opened it. I haven't eaten anything, man. I just feel
really
rough. I just
doing really well. Come on.
It's just, exactly.
I walked
Exactly.
in, like, earlier on, I walked in at like a really opportune moment. I walked in.
Just chucked food in.
No,
It's
she
like,
was like, oh yeah, it's stage 4. And I was like, oh god.
yeah. But the brownie went down a tree. It was like bang. I'm good. We're blessed. We're blessed. Danny's going to jump on in a second.
Feeling all right?
Feeling good. Yeah, we've had a really nice day. Like we've had, it's the midnight hours are always the tough ones. The 4 in the morning. Yeah, there's some weird stuff that happens on this corner of the Market Square at that time in the morning. There's a vibe around here in the morning, I tell you. But we're lucky. We had actually at 3 a.m. there were 10 of us in here. So usually it's me sat in a room on my own.
Amazing.
But we've had Grace has been here the whole time, literally hardcore. Is Jack's like a pop? Oh, bless him. He's been volunteering, but he was out on the pub and then just ended up in here at 12 and just didn't leave. He's been here, left like an hour ago.
Wow.
So
It's got 3 20-minute naps.
yeah, it's not bad, is it?
Where he sits.
Yeah, literally, he was just sat up.
That's pretty good going.
No, we've been blessed. It's been wonderful. Welcome, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
So I said to Matt and I said, James, you need to have this up to your face. Sorry. So I said a bit back and forth before this that we've got 2 people here at the kind of top of your game in your sector. Your mindset's always like on point. You always go like you've got that energy to just get things done.
Yeah, for sure.
Be that driving force. We had Ash on earlier talking about this earlier. It's that you're turning the temperature up for everyone and you're supporting all your team.
Yeah, for sure.
That's challenging sometimes on you, and especially in the economy that we're in right now. There's a load of noise. And I know for sure that comes in a little bit, but you'll deflect and you'll just focus. So we just wanted to have a conversation. We got 4 business owners on the couch. We've had a few of these today. We had Kev on here earlier with Floor by Ian as well. We had a similar sort of conversation. But yeah, where's your perspective on that?
Oh, I love the way you done that.
Just straight
He practiced that.
Owning and running businesses is all sorts of things. It's great, it's exciting, it's fantastic, but it's incredibly stressful at the same time. And separating yourself from work and home and breaking it up and giving yourself that work-life balance can be incredibly challenging at times. I'm sure we've both had over the years, moments where we just absolutely cannot switch off. And you're supposed to be off, you're with your kids, it's hitting the fan at work, things are going wrong, people are messaging you, someone always wants something from you at any given time, and there's no way to just go, no. Yeah. But in my mind, the only way to really survive as a business owner and be happy and do well is to be able to switch off, and to find your own space and to find your own time to spend with your family so that you don't end up resenting what you've built, you know, and resenting what you do, because so often you can just be like on all the time, go, you know, and you're 3, 4, 5 years in and you're like, I just missed the first year of my kid's life here. Or have I missed these moments and I'm just working and I'm just forgetting about everything that, you know, I should be focusing on, because work, while important, and when you're a business owner, it's, you know, it's your passion, it's your drive, it's your, it's what you do, it's what you love, but you have to be able to find space for yourself within that. Otherwise you get to a point and you're like, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be here. You know, it's draining, man. You have to find a way to separate
Can
yourself.
I ask you both an opening question? And for me, it's about understanding the reality of what you've just explained. But for me, was there any expectation that was what it was going to be like? Was there an acceptance that actually when you start a business, because I think for some people they understand because there was a lot of experience behind them, other people that have done it before them, you know, things that we can tell them from our perspective. Was there anybody that kind of set that tone for you, or was it a real shock to the system?
It's a great question, because I don't believe you really, it's like anything, you don't really understand it until you've been through it. And I think fundamentally people can tell you all of the stories, but you don't believe them, because at the start of a business you're so excited. You've got a vision, you know why you're doing it. And I think when you've run a business for a long time, you forget why you started it in the first place. And that's the place to take yourself back to time and time again. Because if you do forget it, it's very easy to start resenting it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because when you run a business for a period of time and you've got people that are employed, it's your responsibility to make sure that you look after them, you pay them, you manage the economic challenges that we've been through certainly in recent years, because I've never seen anything quite like it for entrepreneurs.
It's aggressive, right?
It's almost like entrepreneurs are frowned upon by the decisions of our country. But I'm not going to go into that because it's not a political podcast.
It's not that vibe.
But what I will say...
We're here for it, though.
but what I will say is it's teaching entrepreneurs now how to build resilience. Because if you can do it now, you can do it in any climate. And you know, what James said, you don't want to end up resenting what you do, especially when you do these things because you love it. You know, you start a business because you love the business that you're starting. And you can very quickly lose the love for it if you're focusing on the wrong things.
That word, so I think it might be the first time, I don't know, it's been a long day, that we've heard the word resentment today. And I think it's a really important word to pull out of that, because, you know, so much of our stories, Kevin was talking about earlier, you know, 29 years, we're 30 years next year.
He rounded up though, didn't he?
Yeah, he definitely rounded up. We're all a bit confused.
Now.
We're all a bit confused. What are you saying, mate? Yeah. Either way, like that, I think we're all very conscious of that, especially in the way that we represent our businesses in the market. You know, quite all of us are quite big on personal brand in the way that we operate and how we generate interest, business, investment deals that we're involved in, or hiring talent, or whatever that is. And sometimes your identity can almost be like snatched by the things that you're involved in, and that resentment can kick in. I think it's the first time we heard that. I think it's an important thing to recognise.
It's an honest.
You said that. It's
honest,
really honest. Yeah, it's important to recognise.
Well, I think you have to realise those kind of things within yourself before they happen. I mean, I would never say I resent what I do or I resent where I've been, but the journey I've been on has been really positive, but sometimes also it's been incredibly challenging, you know, mentally, physically, financially. It's been tough. It's not been a smooth 10 years this year. It's not been
it's another milestone.
We've got some milestones going on.
But it's not been a smooth ride. You know, we've opened businesses, we've lost businesses, we've tried things, we've liquidated businesses. It's not all been, you know, roses. But you have to be able to recognise when that's happening and be like, okay, I need to take a step back. You know, I need to actually trust the people that work for me, rely on them, you know, let them be free, let go a bit, you know, to let people impact your business. That's so hard. It took me 6 years to let anybody write a Monday menu. You know, I absolutely, you know. But then when I did, I was like, wow, I wish I'd done that.
Menu's definitely improved, I would say.
In the past 4 years.
I absolutely agree. I don't doubt it. But that's the thing. You do those things in the business. You're like, no, it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. I'm you know, this is what I do. I'm gonna create and be everything about this. But then actually, because you think, oh, well, only I can do it. but then you let someone else in, and
train them well.
But if you're a control freak, you can't build a business, can you?
No, exactly.
No.
So you build great people to build a great business, and I think we forget that because you want the service to be great, you want the experience to be great, but you can't serve everyone if you're going to run a business of any scale. You know, to be completely honest.
Yeah,
so
that's interesting.
trust's actually the biggest currency you can hand people, isn't it?
It is. It frees them up as well.
And you're freeing them up, and actually watching them grow. That's the involvement, I think, of business. So you go from a start-up, you're the entrepreneur, everything's about you, and then all of a sudden you've got to do this through others, and the pleasure becomes different. It goes from you serving people to watching your team serve people, and that's a really big positive about running a business.
And being able to realise your own weakness within the business and bring people
I'm
in,
at that place,
bring
definitely.
people in
Yeah,
who are
100%.
better than you at what you do. The head chef, Andy, I've got at the moment, he's better than me.
Yeah, he's top.
That's just the way it is. That's great. And even Josie, our general manager,
Well, she's top.
she's good at.
Big shout to Josie.
There's a high chance that she is better than me at most things. But I love, I fill the holes. No one like passion.
But it's also fine for you to push. So it's also fine for you to push that individual as well. So yeah, great. You better. You could be better. We believe you can be better. That's our role as the entrepreneur, or however you describe
I think
yourself.
Josie's probably the best example. She started
100%. You pushed that
9.5 years ago as just a waitress. But through giving her the freedom and the opportunity to learn and develop, she has become this absolute.
She's essential, mate.
Fantastic operator who would be very capable of running her own place, but don't ever.
See you later, Courtney.
She's fab.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
See you later, Courtney. Safe trip home.
And equally, it's only this year that Ollie's taking more of the reins of our business.
Yeah.
He's been with me for 13 years, and he started as a sales negotiator. He's been a director for a number of years now. He's going to be running the business with Melissa. Why? Because they've just got a different energy for where we are on the business journey, and I know that they're going to do a better job than I am, because I think you have to I think you have to go inside a lot when you're running a business, because if you don't go inside, you're focusing on the external stuff all the time. And I think you've got to remind yourself consistently of what you're trying to achieve, why you're doing this, and staying true to what that core purpose actually is, because it's very easy to run a business on numbers, but actually no one's really motivated by numbers. So you've got to figure out what it is your business stands for and the principles of it. So doing the promotions from within is a brilliant sign to the rest of the team in your business that's on offer if you're able to come with us,
And it creates longevity in your business. I remember when I stepped away from ABC Life Support, I think Alex and I was talking about it, and it was a massive decision for me to step away from a business I founded 15 years ago after 13 years of running it, to go and move into this chief executive role in the charity that I now run. And I remember that my sense of identity was intrinsically linked to my business. It was me. I was the brand, I was the face, I was the one going out. And so when I left and handed it over to Caroline, big up to Caroline, because she's been watching all day. Love you,
Caroline.
And when I left and Caroline became the managing director, I remember ringing up some of my most loyal customers and saying, right, guys, I'm off. It's been brilliant. And they were like, oh, cool. Okay, thanks, bye. And I was like devastated. But it's me. I'm going.
That's a business.
That's a business. And actually, to be able to step away from it and it to run without me was the best thing.
You had something else to work.
I had something else.
Exactly, and that's the important thing as well. Like, I've got a great partner in Damien over in St Ives. He's got a great guy with him, Lewis. We've got people that have been around the business for a long time, and if you don't get out of their way, they go, right?
Yes.
So you have to remember that as well, because if you're blocking the opportunities, then you're going to lose good people.
And you're only as strong as the team around you, and if they're all falling away to go and do their own thing, you're going to lose out. In the long run.
Just because you're trying to hold on to what belong to you, which now belongs to the community, and you'll say, Bohemia, big up Bohemia, best breakfast in town.
Oh my!
That kind of stuff. But that's what it is. It should be able to operate if you need to step away for any reason.
Well, that's it. Yes, I mean, one of our big changing points was when we opened Alconbury, because before that point it was always James and Ash, my business partner, just standing over there. Big shout out to him. But it was always me and him, in the restaurant. They're looking for us, and if we're not here, they're like, oh, where's James and Ash? But when we opened Alconbury, it let the team run the business, and all of a sudden we got this clientele that weren't just there
for you
to see us.
Well.
They were there for the business and for the restaurant, for the
Yeah.
food, for the drink, for the quality of the service and all that.
But your business is about people, right? No matter what business you're in, it really is so essential that you've got the right people around you. And we've found that an interesting journey over the years as well. But you gradually figure out who you should have by your side. And we're lucky like yourself. We're building a really good team. We've scaled back a little bit over recent years, and we're taking that step towards growing again, because I think we've just figured out clearly who can work with us, what value can we bring to certain people, and what value can they bring to us. Which is obviously important when you're working in a service industry.
Absolutely. And the interesting thing as well is that you can spend forever building up a reputation with a great team. You get one bad egg in that team, and it can wreck it within weeks.
That is a whole other conversation.
I've had members of staff who have been in there, and the customer's come up to you and said, they are not a Bohemia member of staff.
Yeah.
And you watch and you see, and you're like, actually, And you can see it, and that's got to go.
It's hard.
Got to go.
It's hard.
You just got to deal with it.
It is hard. It is hard, but at the same time, you're protecting yourself.
And the others.
Yeah, and the others.
You got off the can,
and the
cut off
culture.
the hand to save the limb.
Whatever, so that's just how it goes.
That's
Is that the phrase?
I made it up. Let's
Made
go.
it up
Mate, we've loaded up a lot of phrases up today.
Literally, my first aid hat just kicked in. I was like, maybe a tourniquet would be okay with that. You tie it off a bit. Really random.
But that's it. You do. You hang on. You're like, oh no, but I can't. I don't know what my language barrier is here, but I can't lose that person because I'm going to be short.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's better to have a hole than an arsehole.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
because it's damaging. You know. So
And talking of no.
Alex! He's very tired. Yeah, oh God,
it was funny in my head for a minute.
That was really bad.
It was funny in my head for a minute.
I liked it.
I thought you liked it. I knew someone would like that.
We're so tired.
Mate, this
we're
time it's just like, so what? Bringing that to community and how that relates, because that's the same in community. So this is a fully volunteer-led organisation. So we've got Grace. Where's Grace? Hopefully it's the bar over the back there. Grace is the only person employed within the Citizen Hub. So, one woman army, but really we're 40 plus volunteers that are giving up their time every day, sometimes for 24 hours. Thank you, all of you, to make things happen. And that, actually, when we're talking about community, we're talking about community interest companies, we're talking about well-being and wellness in our society. Sometimes that happens too with volunteers, like that. Let's be real about it. Like sometimes you're not the culture. We're talking about culture here. We're talking about belonging. Yeah. If you got a bad egg in there, that happens. That doesn't mean they can't help society. It just means in this pocket that we're operating in here right now, we haven't got a place for you. And we've all made those mistakes, whether we've been hiring or in employees. Christine's not over because Christine's the CEO. I'm an entrepreneur, and I think there's a big difference between an entrepreneur and a CEO, by the way. We've employed over 150 people in our businesses, and we've had some real bad eggs across the way. That's how it goes.
Yeah,
like one end up in prison. Put it that way. Yeah. You remember that? Yeah. One end up in prison. It got that bad because of the exactly. That's community building. Whether you're doing it in the constructs of a limited company or a social enterprise or a CIO or citizen participation, protecting the culture. As I don't know who said it first, but my mentor always reminds me of culture beats eat strategy for breakfast. That is so true in any sense of well-being, belonging in any construct. I think
that sense of community within any service business is essential. To create that feeling within your business, for your customers, for your staff, for whoever it is, in my mind is absolutely essential, because for us, people are coming in and they feel welcome.
Yeah.
They're coming into a place where they're not just going to eat, they're just going to drink, get some stuff, go, pay, They're going to come in, they're going to be welcomed like a friend, they're going to spend time in a place that they enjoy with people they like, and they're going to be served in a way that they really enjoy, not just like a meal, but
it's not transactional.
It's not transactional, exactly. It's like just spending good time with good people in a good place. Yeah, exactly. A place of belonging.
That's
and
the word.
And that's how it should feel. The same with your business. I bought my first house in Buckton through Matt. And I chose them.
I didn't know,
but
as well,
coming from Stevenage, so I didn't know them for anything. I hadn't met you at that time. But for me, I looked around, and actually when I spoke to people, they were the only people that really made me feel like I wasn't just the 2%, or the 1.5% or whatever it was charging me. You know, it was like, actually, yeah, I really want to find you the house that works for your family, and you know, and actually is going to help you in your future, rather than just being like, well, I can get you this, this, and this. And that was, you know, why I chose Google those years ago.
Like that. So keeping it again on the community and wellness stuff. So we are raising money for Wellness Wednesday. We're at nearly 50% of our target. Is that?
Yay! Another
amazing.
milestone.
Right. Oh, really? That's incredible. Oh, well done, you lot. Well done. That's incredible, honestly. So that is, I don't do public math, but with the Walk and Talk crew on their mission this week as well, even just with that, let's not add that up because my brain is not going to do that right now. Yeah, that is like 12 weeks of Wellness Wednesday. So the idea is we've got Debs and we've got Grace as the co-chairs for Wellness Wednesday, co-designs with citizens, 250 quid a week all year round to spend on whatever well-being looks like to our citizens in this space. When you think about the stuff you do, because you get involved in sport locally, you both are involved in lots of community things. What does well-being mean to you in the community sense?
Do you know what? I've known Debbie. How long have I known you for? That's a great answer, Steve. I was just turning 19.
Wow, that long.
31 years. Yeah. So I actually met you just before I joined, well, just when I was joining Taylor's in my first role in a state agency.
Wow. Energy ball.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. Love
Thank
that.
you. And it's brilliant to see what you've been doing around the community as well. But for us, I mean, my wife Melissa, I think she's watching this if she's not
Melissa.
involved with the kids at home. She works in a local organisation called Rise Youth Coaching.
Yep.
And big up to Rise Youth Coaching. They go into the schools locally, mainly Longstands at the moment, and they work with children who are under quite a few challenges, and they would do the one-to-one coaching with them. So, you know, we've been a lot quieter in terms of what we promote around the community stuff, but we go under the radar a lot more now, and I think it's really important. And Mel, if you're watching, she's doing an amazing job. But David, who set Rise up with a great team around him as well, are producing some absolutely brilliant results with the kids that they work with. So well-being for me is exactly that. It's how you feel about yourself. And definitely. Yeah. Well, I think like the guys were saying, you know, we can all feel very busy in our minds, and especially if you've had a full day at work or a full day at school or college, and actually just doing a run and having a run and talking. Learning to talk is one of the best skills. I know we talked, Courtney was talking about communication earlier, but talking is one of the best things you can do. So when you've got someone in front of you who's willing to listen, which is what I think this initiative's going to encourage, it's an incredibly inspirational thing to do. So we'll obviously be supporting it as well.
It's much appreciated.
It's a brilliant thing.
Yeah, much appreciated. What about you, James? And you can talk about personal level, whether it be...
No, I think for us, we support, we support the rugby club and, young football teams and whatever around the area. I just believe that, sport in the young people is so
huge.
Important. Yeah. And I think if we can support that in any way, I think it's great, because it breeds all sorts of things. Rugby particularly, for my mind, respect, teamwork, communication, any of things like that you can do, particularly for young people, I think is great. St Neots Rugby Club is a wonderful representation of that. Everybody is welcome there. And I think sport is not those particular sports are not elitist. There is a position for everyone. Everybody is welcome. You can come, you can join, and there's a community there. If you're new to an area, I joined St Neots Rugby Club because I was up here and I had no friends. Yeah, I'd moved up from Hertfordshire.
Sport's great for that.
Who I've known for years.
And me.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. To be fair, yeah, you as well. But I had no
we didn't really know each other. I just knew
no off.
Yeah.
I went there, and within 2 weeks, I had a group of 30 friends.
Yeah.
You know, and to be able to do that makes such a huge difference. Yeah, and I wasn't, you know, it's not about being good.
That first step, though, isn't it?
It is, and it took me months.
Yeah.
It took me months to build up the courage to go down there. And once I was there, I was like, I don't know what I was waiting for.
You would be careful nowadays because you don't recover from injuries so easily.
I've had to stop. Yeah. I'm too broken too often. Actually sick of covering my shits.
I tell you what, being around people does make you feel better. Though,
100%. And just doing any exercise, getting out. Yeah. You know, a friend of mine came to me the other day and said, I just feel really down. I'm like, okay, well, you know, what are you doing? You know, what do you do? And he goes, I work, I go home, you know, I sit there, smoke a bit of weed and that's it. I'm like, okay, well, you need to do something. You can't just go and sit in your house by yourself. Do some exercise, get out. Even if you're just going for a gym or a walk or whatever.
Do a little thing.
Even if 20 minutes, half an hour,
step,
just,
isn't it?
Yeah, just get out, you know, do something. That's going to make all the difference in your life. So.
Awesome, love that.
And we are quite lucky around here. We've got some
we're blessed.
Stunning scenery and walks and lots of good things around us, which once you're in nature, it does make you lift your mood.
Beautiful, you know, anything. Definitely. Golf is a great advocate for that, I believe.
I'm not sure. Steve, what do you reckon? I deliberately make you feel better though, Steve. You know.
You love that. When you beat him, you feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But, you know, things like this, the Young Lads Running Club.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
What's it called again, boys?
Manic Run Club.
Manic Running Club. I think that's great.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
I think
nice.
it's wicked.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. But I think that's great because anything like that gets people up and active and brings people together is great.
I think you hit the nail on the head earlier. You know, the phone is a powerful tool. It's also destructive.
Too powerful.
And actually,
smash that thing up.
We've got this community here. I didn't know what to expect when I walked in this evening. So you walk into a lovely environment, a good energy, and all of a sudden you feel uplifted. Yeah. And you know, I think that's one of the things us as humans aren't going to lose out to AI for. And I think, you know, one of the things we can't forget is the power of that kind of human strength that we've got. And all of these initiatives are just going to be. These are the things that will lift people genuinely. You can scrabble around on Google or ChatGPT to find answers. The answers are in people, in my opinion. So, 100%.
It's interesting. We've got a bit of a, we're in a moment. We were talking about this earlier when Heather Thomas was on, talking about social infrastructure. We're about to launch Wimbledon, which is a 5,000 square foot underground nightclub version of this in Wimbledon on Wednesday. I know I'm mad.
What? With DJs?
I have no idea what's happening right now. I haven't thought about that bit yet. I'm going to go sleep tomorrow. And then I'm going to be on site at 6. I'm not having to run it. Talk about good team. We're blessed with the very best.
Brilliant.
And we've got another site opening in Peterborough. You know, this is going to scale out. And we describe ourselves, this is just an infrastructure project. Yeah. We've got nothing. You know, we heard Danny earlier, which was wonderful. Danny Barnard come on. I talked about walking through, you said it, you feel like you get a hug. It might be a little bit sweaty in here. That's probably just me. The smell, it's just probably just me. Yeah, I'm sorry. But that's so, when we first opened this, and what's this is, and blah, 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 you know, when you do anything new, that's always the message. We would be, I reckon, 10 a week, max people coming through the doors. We're now 300 visitors a week. Just in here. 0 marketing budget, 1 employee, purely community-led action, grassroots stuff. And what I've noticed, and I'm here quite a bit, I like to feel it, I like to be in amongst it. What I've noticed in the conversation is that craving of belonging and community and that sense of connection is so important. The real connection, not this bloody thing. And I think it's a trend I'm looking forward to see unfold, because as a wild optimist, I'm quite excited about a future where we say F you to the thing doesn't serve us anymore, which is these things. And we see more connection, which is
which I think is getting there. And, you know, to your point, 2 truths can exist at once, right?
I agree.
Yeah. Mobile phones are great. I mean, like, trust me, when I've got a bit of a problem or I've forgotten something and I need to make a note, it's great.
Handy.
It's very handy.
Absolutely.
But when it's used against that, it then becomes a distraction. So I think it's a matter, and I think people are. I think there's some statistics that state that
it's a downward
people
trend.
using
It's a
there's
downward
a downward trend now for people being
100%.
distracted on it. Even though I am officially at that age where I'm at home with my blanket and I've got my glasses on like that and I'm playing my phone games. And I love it. And my children look at me, they're like, Mum, you're playing your phone games. I'm like, oi, back off, yeah. I've been at work, I'm tired, this is my downtime.
There's a little bit of escapism
Aston
for
Villa
you.
play on TV. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm in it.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I understand it's got its good parts.
It has.
It has got its bad parts. But we have to understand what the alternatives are. And I think we're now pushing that a little bit more.
I agree.
I think that's what I love. You know, one of the things I love about the restaurant industry, you know, is that human interaction, that contact, that service, that atmosphere. You know, we used to have a thing where before COVID where we do, you know, everybody had to be able to share a table.
Yeah.
If you were a table of one, you
carnage, wasn't it?
had to be willing to share, and everybody would sit at all tables. We'd have a table of four total strangers, but the atmosphere in the room was just different level.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking. You'd have a table over there, talking to a table over here, and that atmosphere can never be replaced. And that's why I think that hospitality, pubs, restaurants, cafes, bars are so important.
Yeah.
To this country as a thing, you know, and they're just currently they're just totally neglected, undersupported, underappreciated, and ignored. You know, they say, "Oh yeah, it's pubs." You know, pubs are going under. They are huge community hubs.
Yeah.
You know, we can't just let them go. And but cafes and restaurants, bars, they're the same. You know, if you want a vibrant, good high street, you need to support those things so that people come out and feel part of something.
So you're talking about third spaces, and we must stop because I've just got the hey, by the way. We're talking about third spaces. I love there's a research project. We're part of a few different things that we're doing to build the case for this, and we've been doing a bit of research on third spaces, and the best one example I see is the chicken shop. You know, the chicken shop in a city is a third space for young people. That's what it is. That's where they hang. That's the third space, and some definition. We went on a big rant about it. Don't worry. We went on a big rant about the pubs and the restaurants earlier.
Yeah,
we were giving it some. We were bigging it up. I said it was the Lam and VAT reform is what I called it. The Lam and VAT reform. Yeah, I know that's been in there. We've had that in the Parliament. We've had it.
Who was it? The Lib Dem. Ed.
Sir Ed Davey. Yeah, you come and have a look.
Told me it was a bit too complicated. I was like,
it's not.
You can do brain surgery across the other side of the world. You can sort it out. Do you know what I mean? Right. You tell me that's a little bit of math is too complicated. I'll do it for you.
We've done well to avoid lots of politics today. Let's not get into it now.
Yeah, we have. We've done
right. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming to speak up with us.
You're welcome.
And for all your support.
Going. Well done.
I appreciate you guys. No, thank you very much.
Home
Give these guys a round of applause. Home run. We're on the home run.
We're nearly there. 4 hours. There's only 4 hours left. Oh. So we've got some comments, right? Big shout to Jackie, who says, "My Ian just told me to back off as he's playing his phone game. Thanks, Danielle." Yeah, you're welcome. All right. There's nothing wrong with you earning your time on your phone game. Although I am stuck on a level, and I've been stuck on a level for about 5 days. It's very frustrating. We've got Alex. When you go behind the camera, you can't hear you. I think that's fine. Courtney saying, "I'm now on the bus. I appreciate Alex so much for helping me give a voice. So many people who otherwise wouldn't get a voice," which is lovely. You're welcome, Courtney. Courtney, I think you was after my job. You were like host with the most. Yeah, she's amazing. Yes. Thanks for having us. Good luck with the rest of the evening. Oh, well, my love. It's so not. Come here, come squidge. Yes. No. No one's here yet. No one's in. Oh, they're in. Katie's in. Yeah. Oh, let me sit up here this time so I can see. Hi, Katie. Hi, Katie. Can you hear us?
Yes, hi.
Lovely. Yes, we got you. Well, we're good. Thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good.
Good. Welcome. Nearly there. We're nearly there, Alex.
I'm so sorry. That is not a response you want to see when you join a Google Meet.
But it can
at
be.
like 8 o'clock.
It's understandable because it is 8 o'clock.
Yeah, you're right.
And so you're all right. Give yourself
That's fine,
a bit of,
isn't it?
yeah, you're all right.
We're allowing that.
Yeah, we are allowing that.
And to be fair, for some of the meetings you have to go to, Katie, you probably do turn up to them. There's a few people that are a bit like that, innit?
And this is not beer.
Wow.
There's no beer in
I've
there.
never listened to full 24 hours though, Alex.
Move to this one, I think.
Yeah, I'll sit on there, yeah.
I think it's
'cause I
better.
can see better on the camera.
Yeah, we can see you over there. You can see us, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, cool, fine. I don't know if I can hit.
So you can hear. Ciao, ciao. See you later. Take care. Nice to see you.
So we've got lots of...
yeah, people are moving in and out now. There's lots of movement.
Yeah, sorry. We're in the crazy hours.
Yeah.
So, Katie, I don't know if we've actually met before. I may have seen you like round a table and I've been sat on the sidelines or something. Don't know if we physically met, have we?
I think we met once at there was the Disability Awareness Day, but I think we were both there with young ones and it was just a flying like hello.
Okay,
nice
cool.
to put a face to the name.
That sounds like my vibe, to be fair. I like those sort of things. I'm all for that.
On the hop meets.
I'm all for that. Yeah, I'm all for that. That's great. So, Katie, so for those who don't know who Katie is, both in the room and online, would you just share a little bit about who you are and your role? And you said on your notes you wanted to talk about the St Neots Town Council. That would be great to understand your perspective.
Yeah, so I'm Katie. I'm a town councillor for St Neots East, so covering Loves Farm and Wintringham area. And so I started on the town council 3.5 years ago, and it's kind of like my first jump into the council world, and so it's been quite a steep learning curve. And
Yeah, I bet.
yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Can I ask you, Katie, because I shared earlier on that I was a town councillor.
Yeah,
where I
yeah,
lived
I didn't know that about you until,
Yes, in Stevenage. It was our first council, and I was part of the first founding council.
Wow.
In Stevenage. And can I ask you what kind of motivated you to get into that work, that voluntary role, should I say?
Yeah,
It is voluntary.
Yeah. I saw a Facebook post. I think it was Stephen Ferguson had put up the post that the elections were coming up, and I was still on maternity leave with my second, so she was coming up 1 year old, and I was very much like I wanted to improve the town for like. I think when you have children, you get into this sort of, like you start getting very forward looking, and you want to improve everything and do what you can. And I read the Facebook post and I thought, well, this looks like a good opportunity to do that. And then I went through all the self-doubt of, I bet you there's a million people in, like, well, not a million, but there's a lot of people that would probably be better positioned to do this than me. But then I kind of taught myself back into it. And I was like, well, give it a shot. And yeah, ended up on the town council.
Do you know what? The reason I ask is because I don't assume anything.
Yeah.
But I had a funny feeling that you might have gotten into it for exactly the same reason I did. I had 2 small children, and I was thinking about the town from their perspective and what it is I wanted for them as they grew up, and then wanted to have a hand in what that may or may not look like. So it sounds as if that was very similar.
It's like place nesting.
Yeah, absolutely, because you want to be part of it, right? And so what's your experience kind of been like?
I think there's been a lot of positives in I think there's a lot of the counsellors that had come in from doing previous terms have been very supportive, like making me feel very able to like hit the ground running and come in with ideas. And because I didn't necessarily, I had ideas and I didn't really know how the council world worked to put forward the ideas. So officers and other counsellors have been very good at like guiding me on how the process works. I think it's been quite eye-opening at times that things can be quite slow moving, which I hadn't necessarily realised. But yeah, it's been. So I think one of the ideas I originally, like at the very start, I thought coming to the council, I was very aware that there wasn't very many. I mean, I'm not that young, to be fair, in the grand scheme, but when I joined the council, I was the youngest councillor there, and I very much wanted to bring in that like mother of young children that's wasn't being represented at the time. And so I had the idea of a baby loss memorial garden. And I think what worked well with that was I didn't really, at the time, I didn't know how the town council worked very well. So I was just very much like, let's just build the garden. And yeah. And actually, I think probably part of that, it did actually move quite quickly in terms of the council. And I think part of that came from...
Have you seen it? It's beautiful. It's
it's
wonderful. Sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't realise you were behind that. That's wonderful. Yes, stunning.
Yeah, I think it all moved very quickly in terms of typical council stuff, probably because I didn't know that it wasn't typical that things would happen that fast. So I think that in some ways that was quite a good outcome of being a bit naive about how things typically progress.
Interesting, isn't it? So when in business, in politics, whatever, in life, we do a lot of work with young people, and I do a bit of mentoring, and I always speak to them early days about when they want to put themselves out there. So your situation is like, I'm going into something new, don't know what's going. You can have two choices. I'm trying to think of the reference. Who's the professor and the small guy, new cartoon? What? No, he's a curious beginner and a generous expert, basically.
Oh, I have not got a clue.
Anyway, it's funny. I'm way too tired
yeah, that one.
Why did I try a reference? Damn it! Or long words. But the concept is like you get to choose in life generally, and depending on where you are in the conversation, you can be the curious beginner or the generous expert, and both work just as well when you're getting things done. By the way, I share your experience. When I first put my hand up at St Neots Initiative to chair the thing, I literally had no idea what the hell I was signing up for. and all I said was, look, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm definitely going to make mistakes. And I'll do it until I get tired or fired. They were literally what I said. I have no idea what I've just put my hand up for. So I think we resonate, not in the same way. I haven't done the councillor bit, and I probably never will. But I respect you for doing that, both of you.
Thank you. It is interesting because, like, and again, this is I'm gonna go find Katie because I'm like, girl, we need to talk.
Yeah, I love why you came into that. That's really
and because I think it's important that you know, when we talk about decision making in community, it has to be driven by the people in the community, which is why I can't stand like the majority of politics. We're not talking about politics today because we've managed to. We've done all right.
We've done really
well.
But
it tends to be that people at the top govern the people without any experience of what the people have gone through. That annoys me. Yeah. So when I was at that position, I was like, right, I want to be part of it so I can start to inform the decisions that are being made on the ground for me or for people that, you know, are in my situation. It's differently to yours though, Katie, everything was so slow. And when I say so slow, I remember one situation, somebody came in and asked for some money to go towards soft play. for our particular town where we lived. And it was a new town. So there was a little bit of bureaucracy with the existing big town, right? Who kind of saw it as a, are they really belong to us? Oh, they're new. They've got your own council and that kind of rubbish. And I was in the room and this group of people came in. They said, we need 500 quid to get this soft play stuff. I'm a mum. So they go and they pitch it. And I go, yep, great. I say they can have the money. And I was expecting it to just be, yeah, sure, okay, I second it, off you go. It was like, well, where exactly are the children from? And will the other children be using this stuff?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's kids. Like, they just want a bit of... And it was so irritating to me.
500 quid or something?
Yeah, 500 quid. And I remember at that point, I was like, And I was starting to see the way the councillors were kind of operating, and it wasn't quite as community focused as it was, and all this kind of bureaucracy. So firstly, well done for staying it out, because, you know, and sticking at it and really getting stuff done. I left after 2 years because I'd had enough. And I was like, I'm just doing my head in. I can't get anywhere quick enough. And I don't understand why these decisions are taking so long. And
Isn't
I want to see things happen quite quickly.
Isn't that a shame? So we had Ian Solomon earlier with Richard Shaw, and we were talking about civic participation. So I'm passionate that people like you do what you do. I'm honestly, I couldn't be more behind you. And actually, from a public sector perspective, I probably speak to people in public sector more than any other, usually officer level or a director level. But, you know, either way, massive respect. Youth workers, anyone in social care, anyone who's working in the community's interest, regardless of what the role is. So I want to make sure that that's captured. I'm not before. But we need more people to be local councillors. I know there's a massive shortage of people putting their hand up, because people keep ringing me up going, Alex, can you get someone to become a councillor? You know, that's an issue, isn't it? Let's talk about that. Like, and you sharing your experience there, hopefully will inspire someone else to put their hand up.
Yeah, well, because there's elections coming up in May, so I think it would be great to put a call out for anyone that's thinking, oh, is this something I'd be interested in? Is it not? Like, feel free to reach out. And
you should do it.
Yeah.
And are you happy to share your experiences if someone was to reach out to you about that process? Because it can seem a bit daunting. And
yeah, 100%. And to be fair, I think the application forms and that, there's always someone there that's prepared to like sit down with you and talk you through, because it can be daunting at first.
I bet they hold the pen for you, don't they?
Yeah.
I think it's more the bit that we've talked about here. I think if you've got someone who's navigated their way through there to make a positive change, and it is lovely. I've seen it. It's fabulous what you did, by the way. I didn't realise you were behind that, and I know you really fought hard for us in recent things that those St Neots initiative were trying to do as well. So like massive respect for that. I think if you're willing to be open to a conversation with someone who may want to get involved in that.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, that's lovely. That's really nice.
I think it's about as well, because in my second year, I put myself forward to be chair of promotions and events. And I think because there's a lot of terminology and rules over who speaks when and stuff. But I think it was just that acceptance and realization that it's absolutely okay to make a mistake. It's okay to have an officer come in and say, oh, actually, you just need to do this bit before you do that bit. And that the world keeps on spinning and everything's fine.
Yeah. And also the element to say, look, I've seen like that, the House of Lords TV. And they're all and heckling each other. I'm like, you can't tell me when to talk. Like, I've seen some of them people, the way that they are like, oh, the good counsellor, and they're all heckling one another. It really gets on my goat, because half the time they are talking about real community impact stuff with this sense of like joviality around it. I'm like, what are you laughing for? This isn't funny. This is people's lives. And yet in local councils, you have to follow protocol, with a seriousness that is not often seen at the highest levels of office. So, firstly, to second what Katie said, if you are interested in exacting change and being one of those people that helps to inform the way in which we live our lives in local in local communities, then please do it. And also another thing I want to say, and this is Matt, because we've been talking about our elders and how much there is a lot to be taken from our elders. There really is. And in communities before, and I'm from the Caribbean. Our elders are seen as people. I get called auntie, and I'm like 46. I'm like, what? What do you mean, auntie? I'm not that old yet. Do you know what I mean? But there is a reverement for people who are older, who have had experience and have had knowledge and have seen life and have something positive to contribute. But on the flip side of that, especially when it comes to stuff like this, there can also be, and we were also talking about holding two truths today, there can be an awful lot of progress that is stopped as a result of some of that.
Social contracts.
You know, and this is the way it's always been done, not taking into consideration that there is a demographic of community that's coming up who've got their own ideas of looking at things with a better lens, and, you know, and that's okay. We've got to, but to do it in a very respectful way and to acknowledge that those two truths exist at once. So, you know, in terms of being young and having two children, your perspective and your lived experience means that's important.
I'm happy you're in there on that basis.
Absolutely,
totally,
yeah. Because you're repping for all the parents, right? Who've got young ones out there who want to see the town create, you know, develop into something that's safe and appropriate and full of stuff. Like, you know, we're often talking about the children not having anything to do, and well, it's because we've got nothing for them to do.
No, I know, yeah, exactly.
So let's provide them with something to do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's interesting there when we talk about culture, I wrote an article, it must be a year or so ago, saying about cliques aren't community. And it was really about, at a central government level, I spend, quite frankly, way too much time at central government these days. And you see it there, like you say, it's, you know, it's lots of ego, lots of, you know, power, and that must get quite addictive, and, you know, and you see them shouting at each other and heckling, whatever. But that culture, and it's not just exclusive to St Neots, by the way. It's all over the country. Everywhere I go and I travel this country, I speak to people, and it's similar characters that come up. You can almost like shape them. You know, you can mold them and put them around, right? And it doesn't help when we don't have civic like that conversation, like holding up challenges in a room and having a honest, like you say, holding two truths in a room. And I think that, you know, bring it back to the Citizen Hub, I think where we've had a lot of success in engagement and civic engagement, where we can hold up challenges in a room that say, look, no silos, no egos in here. Let's have a conversation about an issue.
Find a solution.
And let's find some solutions. And ultimately, you know, if the councillor is in a room or an MP or whatever wants to take something away from that and go do something about it, great. But at the same time, if we've got three young guys who want to start a run club because they do it. You know, ultimately, that I think holding those two spaces is important. So, yeah, we're really happy for that you're doing what you're doing, Katie,
very,
and the reasons you're doing it. Personally, I'm very excited about the conversation that's ongoing with St Neots Initiative and the St Neots Town Council and the other local authorities. I think it's developing into a really positive relationship, especially now we've got Richard in charge. I know you spent some time with Richard, so big up to Richard, who's here, who's also still here.
Yes,
with Sue. Come on, you two.
Love that,
honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, you know. But I know genuinely very excited about it because this town is, you know, we've got this incredible opportunity. We genuinely, like, you never have seen like an economic boom like we were going to experience in the next 10 years in a market town context. You know, Universal Studios, East West Rail, all these houses being built and blah, 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 you know, loads of it going on. But could be one of the biggest own goals if we don't find a way to collaborate. So I'm very happy that you're there. I'm happy that Richard's in the position he's in, and other people are coming to the table with the mindset as open as yours to say, hey, yeah, you know what? Differences, blah, blah, but let's have a conversation and try and find a way to do something positive together.
What's the world we want to share look like? And let's all work towards that.
Amen. Right? Katie, do you want to leave us with any parting words or a message for the community?
I think the biggest, like, I don't know if the word call out is the right thing, but I think so. I'm now 35, and I'm currently the youngest councillor, which is quite shocking to me in a lot of ways. Yeah,
really.
Yeah. So as much as I think the council ideally would be as diverse as possible and representing the community, and I think just a call out to anybody of any age, but especially people that aren't currently represented on the council, to put themselves forward for the election. And yeah, it's very rewarding, and it's a great opportunity to contribute to the community. And
happens, right? You can only try it. So put your name down. I remember just before you leave, when I was nominated, I had your photo and I had like 450 votes. I was like, oh no! I didn't know these 450 people. I think it was probably not really a choice. It's just is it okay? But it's such a joy when you are, when people kind of see your vision and they read about you and they understand what you will want to deliver and they get behind that. So congratulations.
Yeah, well done.
Keep going. It's amazing.
Keep going, Katie. And we'll speak soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. And thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of today. And thank you for running today. And yeah, it's been amazing. So many inspirational people and real thought-provoking conversations. I've been dipping in and out throughout the day, and yeah, it's been amazing. So thank you.
Oh, bless you.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Katie. Lovely to see you. Enjoy your rest of your evening. Yes. We will.
Yeah.
We're nearly there.
Thank you, Katie.
Yeah, well done, Katie. Big up.
Thank you.
Who's getting the cuddle? I've got to have cuddle now. I've been called.
Okay, we are 3 hours, which means I'm now basically delusional. I have no idea what's going on. I'd like an hour and a half sleep in... Oh, I don't... Olivia, do you mind if we eat pizza? Brilliant. That's what I need to know. Yeah.
Did we say pizza?
Yeah, it's coming. Pizza? I've got you. So we're gonna move on to the last stream now.
Yep.
Stream 6. Yeah, please just join it, share, comment, donate. Just hang with us for 3 hours. If you can stay with us,
guys,
at this point we just need people with us. We need to know that we're doing this and people are listening. Hello.
Oh, look, Zoe said, "Oh, you're doing so well. I'm watching you with my blanket on my legs. Just wanted to pop in, Zoe, and say hi, but I couldn't get out. Well done and keep going. Thanks. I've still got my blankie. Yes. Let's just eat. You lovely chaps have been amazing today. I'm prepping my show for Black Cat Radio 10 till 12. You'll be shouting us out throughout the show. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. I think they're both mine.